evening, everybody. Welcome to Stocks and Stuff. I hope everybody had a great day. The Qs were going down. Like we said, they did jump up at the beginning of the day. We thought they might with the whole CPI thing. We said that in the Discord, and then boom, they went down. That's for sure. And everything else was following it. So we'll go through the market and see what's going on. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And how is everybody this evening? Hope you guys are doing well. That's that heat map right there. How was Apple even up a little bit today? I have no idea what that's up to. I don't think that I have any issues. Actually, they fixed it all, so I don't even know why that popped up there. But anyway, Apple right there, that is looking pretty good. So there you go. And or not looking good. It was bouncing up today. I meant to say, and I have no idea why. Oh, it's because the CEO. Tim Cook is and that's in September. I was gonna say they've like said this like a million times. They just keep PRing it so something happens for Apple. I have no idea, but that doesn't even look good. I was wondering why it was up today, and it was bouncing around, as you can see. Look at it. It was one of the few ones that was actually up and to the right for the most part. So anyway, interesting for Apple, but let's see what else is going on. Them Qs were down pretty good today. They were dipping down. Like I said, they started out doing pretty well there in the beginning of the day. They did run up, and then it was just straight down after that. Your SPY followed it, did exactly the same thing. Right there, it ran up a little, came right down. Then your IWM wasn't very far off either, so that's what they look like. I played the IWM right here, guys, like this channel, the here. And that was what, 200 and something percent. That was crazy, guys. I mean, that didn't take very long either. It was it was more than 7 minutes, let's put it that way. But it didn't take very long for that to happen. What the heck was it? Like 280%? I forget what the heck it was. I have to look. 279%. That's what that was right there, that channel. So if you'd caught it, I don't even know if I caught it from up here. I think I caught it right here and wrote it down. So yeah, that was like 279% channel right there on IWM. It's kind of crazy, guys. Like these things are wild. And the zero DTs right at the end of the day too. That was pretty crazy right there. Somewhere's along that line it was. So anyway, that was it. And for IWM, that was going down as well. So the market dipping down, and obviously we have some Iran tensions going on. Oil spiking up right here. You see USO right here. That was up in the after hours, looking pretty good. Oxy right here. I said that looked good in the Discord. That's curling up and looking pretty good right there. Lockheed Martin was jumping up today. It did dip down. It does look like it's going up in the after hours right there. Northrop Grumman was dipping down today. Huntington Ingalls was dipping down, and I don't know why these things are dipping down. It kind of baffles me. They were so set up to get running, and I don't know if these are like dip and rip looks or what's going on here, but it is kind of odd. I'm not going to lie. What is this saying? This was yesterday anyway. So, yeah, what's happening, Luis Rodriguez? How are you? And everybody else tuning in. So, yeah, aerospace and defense going down, but we're bombing Iran and a conflict with them again. And remember last week what I said? Them things were so set up. It looked like we were going to go to have a conflict. I was saying they were about to be in a war or do something. You couldn't tell. And remember, I was saying you can't tell because we're in the middle of a conflict. But Trump keeps saying this peace deal, pieces every day, and it's going to end. It's going to end. And I keep telling you guys, I don't know what's going on because it looks like a cartoon to me. I even posted out the cartoon. I made the cartoon that I pictured in my mind on AI, and I posted it out literally like 2 days ago before all this started to happen and start brewing again. And yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Like I said, he's like talking to some carrier pigeon, and somehow like the people in Iran that he talks to, they don't have any communication, but the people that run the military, they have Twitter, because as soon as he says something 5 minutes later, they respond. They're like, nope, we're doing the opposite. No way. And it's just been like that. It's kind of bizarre. And then the next thing you know, now we're bombing them again. They were bombing. They shot down a helicopter. We're bombing them. So, yeah, I said last week we were going to have some kind of action go down. I couldn't tell if it's going to happen in this country or part of that action because, again, we're in the middle of a conflict. I knew something was going to happen, guys, and there you are. So I'd say I was pretty on point with that one within 7 days. And, yeah, that's crazy. Now do you see what I say when these charts set up? They just jump out at me for some odd reason. And you could tell when we're about to get into a conflict or something's about to happen. I mean, if I'm looking at them, I can tell you Loading Capital and Janica and everybody else. And did you see the C pop today? This thing was popping there. And again, these China ones, remember what I was saying last night? We looked at this VSME. That's a Hong Kong one. I don't think we did look. Did we look at DSY? I don't remember looking at it, but it's a China one. Chow right there was running up. Remember what? And then that S dot that Laptop Travel gave out. Holy cow, that's like the most it's ever run in its life. And again, I used to trade this stupid thing. It never ran that much whenever I traded it. That's for damn sure. How the hell did it run that much from all the way down here, $2, and you're at 28? Damn, that's a heck of a run up right there, Laptop Travel. I hope you were involved with that one. That was wild right there. So I did see that, and I was wondering how it happened. And then Michael Anthony gave us OCC the other day. He gave it to us like last week. He was talking about this thing. And look at that thing running up right there. There's Laptop Travel with S dot. There you go, Laptop Travel. And yeah, that thing was a monster. I saw that today. I was like, holy cow, how did Laptop Travel know that thing was going to run like that? And again, it ran like 100% today. It's been running, and that's pretty impressive. It looks like it's going to continue to run. I don't even know what the hell they do, to be honest. I totally forget. Farm products. I remember I Muscle Maker and Grill was the other company name before that. So yeah, I used to trade this stupid thing, and now it's blasting on. I never ran like this before. I had to sell it at this point, like for a loss that day. But this thing looks like it's going to surpass that now. I mean, this thing looks like it's on fire right there for good old SDOT. So keep an eye on that one as well. But it is running up. It ran 100% right there, and I still don't know what the hell's going on, but it seems to be running for some odd reason. So it says some crazy stuff right there, and I'm not really looking at it. So anyway, let's keep on cruising right here. Loading Capital and Janica and all of you guys. Let's see what's happening in this crazy market, because it is bizarre. And then crypto, let's just look at that real quick before we start in our futures, because crypto does not look good either. And I mean, I guess it looks a little bit better today, but it still doesn't look good. It's coming down. That's what it looks like to me. This is just like a little parachute. You can see Ethereum not looking great right there. Ripple, that doesn't look very good either. And Solana. So I don't think Bitcoin's going to do anything impressive right here. Let's put it that way. So that doesn't look good. But the one thing that's crazy, guys, remember I said this World Liberty. What the heck is this thing up to? How is this Trump one flying while the rest of the crypto is like completely not doing anything, like completely going in reverse, and this thing's going up all of a sudden? Does anyone understand that? I have no idea what's going on. Today, Binance, $13 million World Liberty refund rewards campaign for USD1 holders drives 8% surge. Like, I don't even know what's going on with this thing. It's so crazy. But I guess if it's involved with Trump, you should probably look into it. I don't know, but it's pretty wild right there, because that seems to be the only one that can run. Look at that. I mean, is that crazy? That's exactly what's going on with our country right there. It's like the whole country's bankrupt, and then there's Trump's family right there, guys. There you go. How crazy is that? Here's every other family in the country. Everybody's struggling. You're like, holy shit, our grocery bills are astronomical. Our gas prices are this, our electric, everybody else. Everything's crazy except for Trump's family right here. That's the only thing that's bright green. How crazy is that, guys? Like, is that, we should do a skit about that. I should just cut this and put that up there on the internet, because that just honestly, that's exactly what's going on in our country right now. And yeah, and the ZEC, they're doing pretty bad right there. That might be our food right there. What else? Gas prices right here with Tone, TON, and then this near is like the whole near economy right here. This is near inflation, I'd say. So, and here's Trump's family right here. It's bright green. It's running. It's doing good. It's making money hand over fist. Laptop Travel. It's kind of crazy, huh? Isn't that's crazy right there? We got to take a screenshot. Hold on, I got to take a screenshot on my phone. I can't do it on here. At least I don't even know how, but give me 1 second. I got to take a screenshot of this thing before it even changes, because that's hilarious right there. I mean, that's like picture perfect. I'm not going to lie. All right, there we go. I can edit that later. Perfect. Thank you. All right, that is funny right there. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, let's get back to the market right here. And I did see you write BATL, and I think I wrote that down tonight. If I didn't, I meant to, but yeah, I think I do have it there. I have that T pet, and so I could remember a couple of these. But yeah, somebody on StockTwits was actually mentioned in these bad boys earlier as well. T-Pet, we do like this one. That EONR, that one, Doge Mama 9 always likes this one, and this one always goes ripping. Did you get into this Doge Mama 9? That's the question, because I know you always like that one, and it does look pretty good right there. And then that old battalion right here. And you know what else looks pretty good at the moment? RBNE, that was ripping up there in the after hours. And look at that thing trying to curve. That might be the bottom for this thing, and that might go ripping, guys. So keep an eye on that one right now, RBNE, because that could have some energy, some Robin energy right there and get flying. So that might be decent. You can see Middle East geopolitical tension spike, oil prices lifting, tanker stock. And I guess that's a tanker stock. I don't even know what the heck it did, but that's what that's doing right there. And let me see what happened with our futures right here, because they're down a little bit. And I think that says the Dow Jones is down 0.23. I gotta ask Finviz to make them bigger. I cannot even tell what these say. When you know what it is? It's more to red. I can't see what the heck it even says on there. S&P says I think 0.29%. Nasdaq says 0.5. That's down 0.5%, and the Russell's down 0.4% right there. Your Nikki's down almost 1%. Your Euro's down 0.441%, and your DAX is down as well, like 0.85, I think that says. And your VIX is way over 20. Look at that thing hopping right back up there. And then look at your crude oil prices ripping right back up. And then we say oil was starting to look decent. And like I was telling you guys, none of these look good. Did we mention this one the other day, or was it one of these oats or something we said was starting to set up? Like I said, these are all not looking good. Maybe it'll start running again, and we can tell. Look at coffee. That's getting set back up. The last time you could tell was when the oil was flying up like that. You could easily tell what was going on with these things. And then they just been kind of jumping around. But yeah, it looks like coffee wants to go running. It's way down right now. Orange juice is kind of bouncing around. But anyway, gold and silver are way down, and we did talk about that last night. As a matter of fact, we did mention gold and silver going down, and we also mentioned the ZSL right here, and that was up today. So if you wanted to play something that was actually going green, ZSL was it, because it's the short of silver right there. So that was looking good, laptop travel. And then of course I told you guys Dust and J Dust right there, and they were cruising along. So looking pretty good for them ones on the opposite side of gold miners. And there you go with that. And let me see, Jared, let's see what you had. A nice trade at the end of the close with after hours CCHH. Let's see what that's doing right here. And that's a little penny stock. Holy cow, that ran up big. And that's a Malaysian company right there. Good one, Jared. And that was a beauty then. Yeah, in the after hours, right at 5 o'clock. I mean, that was this crazy run till the end of the day, until it closed right there at 8 p.m. Holy cow, 223%. I mean, that's a beauty right there for sure. That's like penny stock heaven right there, Doge Mama 9 and Jared and everybody else. That's what I used to try to look for, and now I'm all the time. But now I just hit the Qs and the IWM for over 200% in like a couple minutes. It's way cooler, I think. Maybe it's not, I don't know, but I guess you just pick what works for you and you run with it, right? So that one's a beauty, though. Good job, Jared, on that one. I didn't even see that today, to be honest with you. I didn't even see it on here popping up. So yeah, nice one right there. This FLD, this one folded shop today. Did you see this thing? I mean, it's called Fold Holdings, and it did exactly that. It was running in pre-market right there. It ran up, and then it definitely folded right there. I mean, it came down, but not only that, it ran up again, looked pretty good right at the beginning of the market as it was opening up, and then boom, it just went straight down at like 948. It was a wrap. Look at that thing. That folded up shop right there. Not looking so good. So Fold Holdings monetizes $45 million of Bitcoin to retire $20 million of debt and add $25 million in non-dilutive growth capital right there. I bet this thing, that spike up right there, you have that dip back down. I bet in like a day or two, this gets set back up. We should write it down on the list right here, FLD, and I bet in a day or two or next week that'll get ripping right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we do have our basketball game on tonight, and it is the Knicks and the Spurs. So I'll keep you up to date on that. And it is starting in about like 20 minutes or so. So I'll let you know when that tips off. And let's tip off our list right here and cruise right through. ONDS pulling back right there. And look at it on the trend line. Now, again, we have SpaceX IPO coming up on Friday. That's huge. Is that all these are done and everything's just waiting for SpaceX? It almost seems like it. And the run-up was this anticipation. And it was like a week before, completely opposite of what they usually do. But it is kind of crazy right there. ASTS had popped up again today in the morning and dipped right back down. And then UMAC right here was down as well. I remember seeing that towards the 20, and that looks like it's going to be going down. So keep an eye on that. That looks like that's a magnet right there. And then Lunar looks like that's coming down. Look at that 20 just curled straight down. That looks like it's pushing it down to 24. I think Lunar, space stocks, they look like they're going down right now. Redwire looks like it's going down some more right there as well. That 50 looks like that's going to be a magnet for it right there, and that's at like 13.12. So keep an eye on that. Dipping down right now for Redwire. And then Mobilicom, an Israeli aerospace and defense company, and that's pulling back pretty good right there. And then, of course, Laser, that's dipping down as well. That one I could see trying to bounce back up, but I don't even know if it's going to do it right there. Galaxy pulling back after that ran up with that Texas AI news or data center news or whatever the heck they're doing right there for Galaxy. And then let's see what DXYZ was doing, because it was trying to run up at the end of the day right there. And this one does have a big exposure to SATs or to SpaceX, just like SATs, but SATs has a way bigger one than DXYZ. This would probably be the second one, I think. But SATs was still pulling back right here today and not looking so good. I mean, again, this look is crazy. That 20 coming down on the 50. It's like dropping down past this trend line. It's a red. It's a lot of red soldiers right there. They don't look pretty happy, I would say that. I would assume it dips down, but at the same time, it can go bouncing right off of this trend line and go flying just because of SpaceX. And that's the only reason why. So we'll see if that's what's going to happen. Are people going to hedge against SpaceX with this bad boy and put puts on it? I'm not exactly sure. It's going one way or the other, obviously, but you can see. And I don't know. This looks like it's going down, but again, you still have the opportunity to jump up. Maybe it will, but it doesn't look too healthy right there. DXYZ actually looks better at the moment, if you were to ask me. And that's what today it looked a little bit better trying to crawl up. And again, that 20 is going to come down too. So that could just be a fake jump up as well. SMCI got absolutely destroyed today. I think people finally realized that what I was saying before, I have no idea. They announced a $7 billion equity and whatever. Remember, we talked about that. Yeah, wasn't that yesterday to fund that $39 billion thing? That was yesterday we read that. Why do they always put that stuff up twice or whatever? But I'm not sure. But we did see that. And did nobody know that happened? Didn't we read that last night? I swear we read something like that. I couldn't have been dreaming about that. Yeah, we read something exactly like that, Super Micro. And then, yeah, last night. I swore we did, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you. And so, yeah, that got hammered today. I mean, completely just got knocked out. And that's dipping down. And I think that's going to continue to dip down right there. So it did run up with all the semiconductor ones when they were cruising. But you're seeing a pretty big dip on that. That's for sure. And let's get back to this. Critical metals right here was pulling back a little bit. USAR was down as well. And then that UAMY was dipping down like 5-6%. Doesn't look real healthy for any of them at the moment. How about MP right here? That was dipping down. I didn't see it going up in the after hours, but we'd have to see if that holds right there anyway. And then your 4Us right here. Let's see. That was pulling back, so none of these look good. UEC, uranium one. Whoa, that's a big pullback there, Michael Anthony. We didn't think it looked good, but wow, that's a good pullback for sure on uranium. And Uroy right here is pulling back as well. So everything coming down right here. How crazy is it? And ASPI dipping down pretty big. I mean, I guess we should have puts on like every single one of these and the Qs and everything else. Berna was the only one looking good. What did I say? Berna looked good. Holy cow. How does that even happen, guys? I mean, not big run up, but at least it was a green one. I mean, in this market, that's pretty impressive right there. And nuclear NKLR pulling back, Oklo pulling back pretty good. SMR was pulling back as well, and NNE was pulling back right here, and they don't look like they're going to stop right there either. So they look like they're going down more. EOSC, that electrical equipment one, is dipping down a little bit as well right there. And then of course, gosh, that's going to look pretty good. So write that one down as a good player for tomorrow. And of course, your oil, your natural gas, that's running. We did say that looked good yesterday. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible either. It's in one of them spots where it could go either way right there for boil. So we'll see if it can get heated up and start boiling up again right there on that one. And then, like I said, Gush is looking good with your oil and gas, obviously. And then our healthcare was actually pulling back right here. UNH Oscar was looking pretty decent this morning. It was running up. It did bounce around right there. It ran up, did pull back. So that one, it might be topping out. MOH, yeah, this market not looking great. And I mean, it's not like we didn't expect it to not pull back. It was just a matter of when. And here's your when right here. And is it going to be all the SpaceX stuff? Is this really going to tank it down? It could. I'm not going to lie. And RGTI right here, let's see that pull back. And all of these guys right there with your computer and hardware ones and quantum ones. So let's see what they're up to right here. QUBT, let's see. That was up a hair. I didn't see it up, but it says it was up. We'll take it. QMCO was down. I know that one was down. And QBTS, that D wave was pulling back as well. And your IONQ was down today. Not a whole lot. It's sitting on a trend line, but I don't know if it's going to hold right there, to be honest with you. And what about your 3Ds? 3Ds looks like it's coming down right there. QSI dipping down, and QuantumScape was also pulling back right there. Your Rocket was dipping down again. Zach, unfortunately, and LDI, Home Depot, all these guys were down there today. They did jump up a little bit this morning, but they did pull back pretty well. And there you go with some housing ones as well. And then your Circle right here was circling down some more, and we'll see when that gets set up. Fig is going down. That purple dinosaur's flying down right now. Look at this thing just dipping down pretty good. And I think all them ones are kind of dipping pretty well, as we can see. AMPX right here was going back down, and that's got that trend line, but does it stop? I'm not exactly sure if it will. And then let's look at these oil ones. UCO looks really good right there. SCO not looking so good. So it does look like oil's going up. Oh, this was the absolute monster right here, Laptop Travel. Cracker Barrel. Look at that thing, guys. I mean, I'm not an earnings person, but I said that one didn't look good. I said that one looked good going into earnings. And I said Oracle did not look good going into earnings. Look at that. Should have played them guys. I mean, holy cow. They were two rippers right there going the right way on earnings. Maybe the charts are actually working with earnings right now for some crazy reason. I usually can't get them right to save my life. But yeah, that looked good, and it ran pretty big, I'll tell you that. And then Oracle did not look good today. I said that this morning, and it did not do so well. So how about that, Laptop Travel? But there you go. You were right about Cracker Barrel wanting to run in the old summertime, and it sure did get set up. We did time that thing just about perfect. I didn't even play it, though. How about that one? And Wells Fargo upgraded Cracker Barrel to overweight from equal weight, raises price target to 50 from 35 after strong Q3 results right there. So there you go, a Cracker Barrel, and it looks like they'll be keeping all them Cracker Barrel stores open, and somehow the woke CEO turned it around, but I have no idea how. And there you are with the Cracker Barrel story. We were following all that. And we did look at QuantumScape, Lucid, or Rocket right there. Lucid was down. That was down pretty good. And then Rivian, wasn't that pulling back some more? Yeah, that was down pretty good too right there. And that's dipping down as well. And let's see how much fun it can be if this thing's hopping up there, because this is one of the few green ones there. FUN, and that is your Six Flags, but it does have that resistance right above that $24 area, so be careful on that. So Tech was just kind of sitting there today. It doesn't even look too bad, to be honest with you. And then Greenland, what do we say? This thing looks like it's going to get ripping, and this is an energy one, guys. So I think Greenland, that could get cruising, that's for sure. So you might want to keep an eye on GLND. And what about that wrap? It was up a little bit today after that dip down, and we'll keep an eye on that. And like I said, ZSL right here was ripping. And in the after hours, that's how you short gold right there. And that should continue to run up. It is looking pretty good. We said silver, or that's how you short silver. I'm sorry. We said silver was coming down to this trend line 54. It's at 56 right now. So it still has $2 to go. And there you are with that. And it could come even lower, but you know it's coming down there at this point. Look at it. It just looks terrible. And that's how they look. REMX, that one's dipping down right now as well. DJT was down. I was surprised if the World Liberty's flying. ABTC right here is dipping down as well right there. And in your Pew and all these guys, they're all pulling back, but they're kind of crypto based. So they are dipping down. Marin, Riot, and all these guys, they're dipping down right here. They'll probably continue to go down right now. Look at Riot. That looks like it wants to pull back. Clean Spark as well. So maybe play them to the downside, some puts on them. TTD dipping down a little bit right there. It's not ready yet. And Pfizer, like I said, we're just watching this bad boy. It did jump up yesterday, but I wasn't convinced it was doing anything yet. And we just have to wait for this market and the Qs to get down and everything to pop down and bottom out there. And then we can take advantage of these opportunities, because look at Service now still dipping down as well. And we'll take advantage of that one again, that's for sure. And let's see what else is happening right here, because we have where am I? That was Service now. Oh, ZTS, that's what I was looking for. And that was the drug manufacturer one, and that's pulling back a little bit. That does not look bad right there. It was running up yesterday, and it does look pretty decent at the moment. And this Enhanced group right here still running up. That's that Enhanced Games right there, and they that seemed to be very successful for their platform. So I guess they're selling a lot of their enhanced products on that platform, and that's really good, because that was the whole goal. So it looks like it was working, and this thing is getting moving right there. Look at that bad boy, ENHA. For Enhance. So there you are. And this MKTX was down a little bit today, but it's in the basement and it could still get set up right there. Samuel Adams was up a little bit there, Luis Rodriguez. So keep an eye on that if it can continue to run. And here's that Global MoFi. That was down some more. Look at that curl up, though. This thing's very interesting. A China one, just keep an eye on. If it starts moving, you know it'll run. That's GMM. And then this ADTX, that one was down a little bit more today. And like I said, that's in the basement. That's like really something's crazy what that happened to. I was just looking at that to see if it actually wanted to curl up, but it didn't do it today. But you can keep an eye on that one as well. I mentioned that last night. That walk was down a little bit, and another China small cap one. And these things have been ripping. So 'tis the season. That's why I'm mentioning some of these. And another Hong Kong advertising one. That could go popping, TDIC, so watch for that. VMAR right here. This one could get curled up right there. That's a Canadian one. Recreational vehicles right there. So watch out for that one, VMAR. And let's see what that True Leaf did today. It closed red, actually. It was bouncing around. It was their first day. This is that cannabis one, that the first U.S. cannabis company to go on a U.S. stock exchange right here. So they uplisted into this thing, and there you go for True Leaf. So, and the Knicks are tipping off in a few minutes. So thank you, Luis Rodriguez. I do have that on right there. I see the guys talking courtside. And True Leaf right here. So we'll be watching for that. And while we're looking at it, let's just see what the cannabis sector did today, because MSOS pulled back, but it doesn't really look terrible right there, I must say. It looks pretty decent. Tilray was down a little bit as well. And SNDL pulled back. Actually, that didn't look too bad. I was looking, I was like more flat than anything, but it just kind of hanging out right there for SNDL. And then your canopy growth right here is down a little bit. So we'll see. They might get set up some more tomorrow. But again, that True Leave is a big one right there, just starting off. So watch for any dips on that thing. And then we'll see if any good opportunities occur. It was low as what, 1085 right there. So that one could be a decent one. Just look for them bottoms right there on that, as it's a new one for the cannabis sector. And let's continue on here after True Leave. It was, we looked at a bunch of these T-Pet and Battalion and these guys, and they're looking good. That energy sector is looking great right here, considering that there's a conflict going on. And again, guys, I mean, last week I said we were about to go have some conflict happening, and it went down. That's for sure, no doubt about it. Battalion right here, they're running up, and EONR, we were talking about them. Look at this high ho right here. That's at Highway Holdings, and that's a Hong Kong one. Keep an eye on this because it looks like it wants to bounce around right there. I know Laptop Travels mentioned that before. Look at this math. Look, this one. This looks like it wants to run right here. Add up these numbers and these green candles, and it should jump right there if you do some real math. I don't know what the heck they do. It's a capital market in Hong Kong, but math looks like it could add up to be a good one right there. And let's see what else is GBR is doing. What's that up to right there? New Concept Energy. Oh, we've looked at this one. Laptop Travel has given us this, or Luis Rodriguez, I think one of you two have talked about GBR before, and that's jumping up with the energy. And PMEC right here, Primic Holdings, is looking pretty decent. It was jumping up today and then jumping up in the after hours. I wasn't watching it, but there, I guess it was a good one, huh? I saw that on my scanner today, as a matter of fact. That popped right there. There you go. And there's GBR. Now you see where I got them both. So if they run up some more, the scanner's pretty good. But that one already ran up like another 6% right there. So there you are with PMEC. And there we are with that thing. And let's see, Luis Rodriguez and everybody else. Let's look at Michael Anthony's list right here. Planet Fitness pulling back. This Tractor Supply was up. This looks like it's going to get running, guys. So keep an eye on this TSCO. That does look like it's setting up right there to try to move. And Portillo's was up, guys. Remember, we were saying we wanted to have a seat at that restaurant, and there you go. Michael Anthony, he's celebrating right now, guys. That's why he's not on yet. He's enjoying these Portillo sandwiches. He was all over it. He mentioned it, and we did say it looked good. Laptop Travel put it on his list last night, as a matter of fact. And I said, I'm going to join you guys at that table because it does look pretty good. And there you go. I guess if Michael Anthony, Laptop Travel, and myself all like one of them, and I'm sure Luis Rodriguez didn't think it looked bad. I didn't ask him. But if we all like them, I would say it's probably going to get running, guys. And that should have been a dead giveaway right there that we should have all piled into that thing. PPC was down a little bit. It was jumping up, though, this morning, and then it was bouncing around. UEC, these guys got crushed. We already looked at that sector, and it got destroyed. Tiger was up a little bit, and that Tiger may want to run a little right there. And then your Del Monte right now, that's trying to bounce out of the bottom. That could get set up as well. So keep an eye on this FDP right there. And then your PayX. Let's see what PayX was doing. If I could type it in, it'll definitely help out. I don't remember what it did. It was up right there. I don't even remember. It was hitting some resistance. So we'll have to see what that's going to do right there. And there you are with Michael Anthony's list. And then let me see, because I'm sure Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel, I just didn't see them post one tonight. And it is busy, summertime. Everyone's running around. Like I said, maybe next week we'll start doing a show at 9 o'clock. Let me know what you guys think. We'll take a poll. You guys tell me, post it in the chat what you think. We'll start the show at 9 in the summertime. And I guess we should start doing that. It is summertime, huh? It's the middle of June. The kids are about to get done school. My little guy's going to graduate in kindergarten. How crazy is that, guys? I mean, that's wild itself. So anyway, let's cruise through and see what's going on right here. AUID, is that what that says, Laptop Travel? Oh, I can't really tell. Hold on, I got to pull that up there. I think that's what it says. Oh, yeah, well, that does look good. So I'm going to consider that's what it says. AUID Battalion we looked at. Here's Boxel right here. Look at that bad boy. And this thing's looking pretty decent. We've talked to them, and that does look real good, as a matter of fact. Let's look at that over here. A good old Boxel, BOXL. And, yeah, look at that thing curling up, looking good. I would keep an eye on that. Oh, yeah, look at that thing. That's going to run. How long has this thing been around for? Or is this something different? No, like that's no, it's a Box of Bull is the other company. I'm sorry. This is Box Light. I was just thinking, wait a second, that's not it. This is Box Light. This is Box Light. This is like teacher one, right? I think this is like a I think so. All right, yeah, I was getting confused there. This is Boxlight right there, some consumer electronics, and there you are. That one does look pretty decent though, right there, laptop travel. And DXF, I know that's a China small cap one, and that's looking pretty good, a credit service one. And I do know that looks good. Easy goes another China small cap one. That's a recreational company. Look at that thing. These China small caps are looking crazy right now. You can just see them. And we're 'tis the season, like I say, it always happens once in a while. Well, it happens once in a while, not always. It happens once in a while, and these things get ripping out of their minds. Here's a U.S. company, GAIA, and it is popping up a little bit right there, not looking so bad. GBR, look at that, New Concept Energy. It is laptop travel that talks about it. I didn't even see his list, so there you go. We both put it down, laptop travel. That might tell you guys something right there about GBR. You might want to be keeping an eye on that one for tomorrow. It did run up a little bit. Watch for any dip opportunities, but not looking too bad right there. An LXEH right here. That's not looking bad for a China small cap. Holy cow, these things are crazy right now. All these China ones are nutty, guys. And MYSE Museum AI. That looks really good. That's a U.S. company, and that's setting up right there. MYSE. Check that out, Doge Mama 9. I'd say that's close enough to a penny stock right there. And let me see what SHPH is doing here. Shuttle Pharmaceuticals, because that's curling up. It says it went down in the after hours, and they announced a 10 for 1. So that's going to start tomorrow. So I would keep an eye on this after tomorrow when they have a reverse split right there, 10 for 1. That thing shuttle could take the shuttle up after that. So, of course, we do like our reverse splits. They do try to run. And SUGP, SU Group right here is trying to get set up as well. That's another Hong Kong one. And what's Wheeler Real Estate? That's a U.S. company, but that is crawling up right there. Retail right here. And let's see, that does not look bad, Wheeler. So it's been beaten down pretty well, that's for sure. So that could get cruising. Wheeler Real Estate, that's what they are. And there you go with that one. And thank you, Laptop Travel, for all them guys. And let me see, did Luis Rodriguez pop them? Yeah, he did. He threw some in there. So there you are. We'll go through these ones as well. Laptop Travel, Janica wants to know, do you think Sadet will continue to move? I'd be careful with it, Janica, on this. It does look pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie, but I'd be very careful. I mean, that 20 is moving up to the 50. It looks like it wants to run up into the top. I honestly, I'd make sure it got into the top. It says it's pulling back there in the after hours. I'd definitely make sure it was looking the right way tomorrow and getting into the top, and then it can run some more. But if it gets rejected right there, you will be dipping down pretty good. That's what I see anyway. But at the moment, it looks pretty decent, except for that dip down in the after hour. So we'd have to look at it. I'll write it down right here. And this is where I always look at the ones in the morning. So static group, we'll take a look at that in the morning there. Janica, how's that? And we'll try to get a better idea of what it wants to do. Outlook right here, OTLK, that has a good outlook for tomorrow. Look at that penny stock right there, Doge Mama 9. That's not looking too bad right now. OTLK and OPTX right here is Syntech Optics. We've talked about this one before. That is rolling off the MACD, ripping up there. So that looks pretty good. And this AOI, this is bouncing right off of that trend line right there. We were talking about this guy in the Discord, Luis Rodriguez. You were probably hearing that. And yeah, definitely looked interesting today, but says it went down a bunch in the after hours. So I'd have to look at that bad boy tomorrow just to see how it looks. But it was looking really good there today, that's for sure. And your bread financial right here is going up. This thing likes to run, that's for sure. And so does this next one, Madison Square Garden. Look at that thing. Speaking of which, the Knicks are about to tip off right here. Speaking of Madison Square Garden. So MSGS right there, Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks game's on against the Spurs, Knicks and Spurs, and they're about to tip off. They're just showing something on TV or something, some highlight reel or something like that. But anyway, that's MSGS right there, Luis Rodriguez. So I do know you've introduced us to that. I had no idea it was even a stock ticker. Your Samuel Adams is running up, and Cava Group right here, CAVA restaurants for some reason are running up. Maybe because they were so beaten down. I guess they have to. The money has to rotate somewheres, right? And remember, we mentioned Elf Beauty last night. We also mentioned Estee Lauder right here. That was down. What's the other one? Estee Lauder, Elf, and Ulta. That's the other one. That was down pretty good too. So Elf, the only one really running right there. But what was the second one? Estee Lauder's getting set up. You can see. Maybe this pulls back right here to that 80 area, and then that'll be a good one. So keep an eye on any pullback for Estee Lauder right there if it can pull back. And let's see what else you had on there. Elf and Light. This is always a bright light to get booming when it pulls back, and that does look pretty bright right there to try to get set up. And CAR is Avis. Remember, this thing was a monster back then? Holy cow, this was the craziest chart ever. And look at this thing. It's trying to run back up. Should we be watching this thing, I guess, huh? Trying to get set up for CAR. Maybe it tries to make some monster run again. I don't know. Is it going to get squeezed up again? This is crazy. Luis Rodriguez. Let's look at these charts over here. That's not looking too bad on your weekly. And then your monthly doesn't even look too bad. Your Dowie don't look bad. We got to check this bad boy out. Here's CAR right here. And it doesn't look too bad, I must say, Luis Rodriguez. You're right. I wasn't looking at it, but it does look pretty decent right there. And what did I do? Scroll down right there. SJM, that's that Schmuckers Group. Yep, that's that Jelly Company, I believe. And that thing's running up. That's in the top. That one could run the 120 plus right there for SJM. And let's see, you wrote Light twice, so there you go with that one. And thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And look at Michael Anthony right there. Kramer said no on AAOI that never made a penny. So how about that, Luis Rodriguez? Kramer doesn't even like this one, and it was booming today, though. I'll tell you that. And I don't think I've ever traded it. They talk about it in the Discord quite often. Maybe I had bought it once or twice. I don't think so, though. I don't really remember, to be honest with you, now that I say it. I don't think I've ever traded this one, Michael Anthony. It's popular in our Discord, though. People do like that one. And the Knicks are getting ready to tip off here, so I'll let you know how that goes. And you did say Cracker Barrel, Memorial Day through Labor Day laptop travel. You definitely did say that. I give you that props. You know that. You nailed that one for sure. And Kramer's been on a roll, huh? So let me go through and see what's going on. Jerry Seinfeld's at the game, and so is Chris Rock. He's hanging out. Adam Sandler's there as well. And Spike Lee, he's always at these games taking pictures with people. And, of course, Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, is that what his name is? Ben Stiller. This game's action-packed with all kinds of celebrities right there. I don't think Trump's at this game, though. And they're about to do their tip-off right here, so let's see what goes on in our Knicks Spurs game. This is going to be a good one. This is game 4 right here, I believe, right? It's 2-1. Knicks are up. And let's see if the Spurs can tie it up here. If the Spurs win 2 games away and the Knicks had won 2 games away, that'd be interesting, huh? Almost like setting up for hockey. That's tomorrow night. And that series is 2-1 as well, I believe, right? It was a game 4. I forget. Yeah, I think it's 2-1. I have to look. I totally forget. But here we go. Here's our tip-off. And the Spurs win it. That dude is so tall on the Spurs. I don't know how he's losing any tip-offs, to be honest. Not unless the ref, throws the ball over to the other guy. I don't think it's possible for that guy to lose. He just stands there and he's like, here you go. It's coming back to my team. I mean, he should win every tip-off there is. And Spurs drive to the lane, get fouled, and it looks like they're going to the line for the first play of the game. So there you go with your game. And let's go right through the rest of this list and see what's going on. And you guys can enjoy your Knicks and Spurs game. I can't really call basketball. It's too boring, and there's too many replays, and it's just too much downtime, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't think I could even do it. I'd have to think too much. Like hockey just moves in my brain. I just say what's going on, Basketball, I'd actually have to think like what's happening. I couldn't do that. So anyway, let's cruise right through here and see what's happening to this thing. And again, their SPY Qs, IWM are all down. And then your Apple was up a little bit. Don't ask me how, but it was up a little bit right there. It doesn't look great. Amazon dipping down hard. Didn't we say with that 2050 coming down like that? That did not look good. And Google right here, didn't I say that was dipping down, Luis Rodriguez? That looks like it's going to jump off a cliff right there. And Meta was jumping off the cliff right there today. It just decided it could not take any more of Zuckerberg. It was jumping. And there it goes. And Microsoft wasn't too far behind. It's getting down to the bottom, but I don't think it's done dipping just yet. And Nvidia down 777. It was the wrong 777. It's supposed to be a green one, not a red one when you win. But I guess if you had puts, that's a big win right there. So Nvidia looks like that's dipping down a little bit more as well. And you might as well throw Tesla in with the bunch because that's coming down too. And this whole market's coming down. So I don't know how the Qs would be able to not go down again. And like I said, that area right there is a magnet. That's coming down, I think, in the next day or so. You're going to see that center on the Spurs just had a huge block on number 32. I mean, he just came right behind him and just hit the ball right out of his hands when he went up to take a dunk. And when he went to go dunk it, and that was as clean as it comes. I mean, he had all ball on that. I hope they didn't call a foul. If they did, it would be I don't know what they were looking at. So anyway, I just looked over and saw that happening. But yeah, them Qs look like a magnet to that 50. And your SPY's practically there. I think your SPY's coming down to like 690, guys. So I don't think this market looks exactly hot right here. Let's put it that way. And we did look at oil. That looks pretty good, though. Look at that oil going up, and Oxy right there, not looking so bad either. And how about your AVGO with a huge dip right there, and these guys are coming down pretty big. MU dipping down hard. Remember what we were saying last night? It was teetering, and Sandisk is still teetering, but I have a feeling it's not going to be able to hold itself up in this market. And TSM coming down with the rest of them right there. How about AMD dipping down as well? That looks like it's going to be coming down to the 50, and that's a far away for it to come down. Intel as well. That one actually looks like it's dipping down, but it's pretty strong, but you're still going to have some pullback right there on Intel, I think. And let me see what TSEM. This one was up a little bit, but it was down in the pre-market. I remember looking at it this morning, and it had been down. It ran up. It did pull back. I remember looking at. I actually didn't see it run up. That's why I was kind of surprised when I looked at it right there that it was up $5. But it looks like it was trying to bounce back up. I'll have to see that tomorrow to see if that one really wants to bounce. Because look at AMD right there. Or that one we were just looking at. Yeah, that one we looked at. QCOM right there. AMD's dipping. QCOM was dipping hard too right there as well. And we already mentioned SMCI. And that was crashing down. So all these semiconductor computer hardware ones are dipping down pretty good. And remember what we talked about, that Soxus before? Look at that thing, guys. I mean, we were on the money. We were talking about it right down in here. We were pretty damn close to the bottom, I'd say, guys, on that Soxus. And there you go. And I guess that 1 and then a 2 and then a 3's coming out, just like the opposite when they're 1, 2, 3 coming down. So it tends to be the pattern that I always see and when these things run like that, like all crazy. And there you go. Michael Anthony was buying it at $5, and that was a great play right there, Michael Anthony. We had talked about it on the show. I know that. That's for sure. And let's see what else is happening right here, because snow, that is just bouncing around there. I don't see it staying up. Let's put it that way. That now was up, or it was up at one point today, but it was down. It finished down. It looks like it's going to be pulling back at the moment as well. CoreWeave right here, that was pulling back right there. And then Oracle, they got beat up on their earnings. And remember, I said it didn't look good going in the earnings, and we should have known to play it, but we didn't. And Adobe, that was down a little bit as well. They have earnings tomorrow, and that doesn't really look good going in the earnings tomorrow either. Are there earnings in the morning or in the after the close? I'm not sure, Luis Rodriguez, but if you know, let us know, and I'll tell you, we'll look at it tomorrow because I've been pretty on the money with these things right now, and that one will do the opposite, of course. But Dell, that's pulling back finally, and that's dipping down right there. And Trump better tell everyone to go buy some Dells or do something. IBM is pulling back to the 50, right? Yeah, that's the 200 actually up there, and then the 50-20 are underneath of it, as a matter of fact. So IBM could be pulling back some more. And then your Palantir is dipping right here. Has a trend line. We'll see if it can hold itself. I'm not so sure it can in this market. And SoFi, that's pulling back as well. PayPal, that wasn't looking the best today. That looks like it could be dipping down a little bit more. And then your strategy was dipping too. It was up a little bit in the morning, but then it did pull back. Robinhood was up, and that was up a little bit more in the morning, but definitely pulled back there during the day. Coinbase was down right there, just kind of bouncing around. And Bull had been strong as well. Look at Bull right there ripping along. Robinhood strong, May metrics and PDT rule. Tailwinds drive Bull surge right there. So how about that one running up finally? BULL. That was an impressive one right there. And let's see what Space is doing right here, SPCE, because that's looking pretty decent to try to bounce off as well. And then Boeing is down. And like I said, all of these aerospace and defense ones look a little bit crazy, guys. I don't know what's going on right now. To be completely honest with you, we looked at them. Lockheed Martin, Huntington Ingalls was down. That didn't make any sense. Northrop Grumman pulling back right there. RTX was pulling back. And we're battling it out again with Iran dropping some missiles and stuff. So not exactly sure what's happening there. Wow, that dude on the Knicks just like completely made the Spurs dude fall on his face, and then he missed the shot. That's the worst, when you have a play like that and then the dude falls and then you don't make the shot. You got to make that shot. That's a highlight reel right there. He completely bricked it off the back of the rim. Anyway, aerospace getting bricked off the back of the rim too, because it's dipping down right here. We'll see what it looks like in the morning, but it is interesting right now, especially the fact that there's some conflicts happening and there's supposed to be peace deals according to Trump. And I told you guys that there was going to be some action happening, and we're seeing some action happen. So I was more on the I was telling the truth, not Trump. How about that? And so there you go. McDonald's right here. That was up a little bit more today. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look too bad. How about Nike pulling back? That still looks pretty decent right there. Netflix right here was up a little bit too, and maybe that's trying to get running. Look, everybody's got to sit home and watch Netflix, so maybe that's getting set up right now. No one can afford to do anything else, so they're just like, oh, we might as well sit here and watch Netflix. And AMC, that was jumping up though, so maybe people are going to the movies. I have no idea, because look at that thing. Has a lot of resistance, but didn't look too bad. Laptop travel, I must say. And GameStop was up as well. Maybe it's about to be meme season since the other things all ran up, and I just don't understand how this monster's running up right here. I'm glad I didn't play it, because I would have played it to the downside. I have no idea. This thing's continuing to run up. Now it looks like it's going to go to 95. That's so crazy. Watch it dip tomorrow, but I'm not in it. So, but it is an interesting one, because I did say back here it looked great, and then it really did run up. But that monster has been a monster for some odd reason. I'm not exactly sure. And yeah, we did mention your Tractor Supply, and of course your Portillos right here. We were saying last night it looked great, and there you go, Michael Anthony. So that was a beauty right there as well. And let me cruise right through the top and come down and see what's going on right here. But yeah, the war drums are beating, Luis Rodriguez, that's for sure. And oil was setting up, and you saw that, and I called a few days earlier, though. Thank you, Loading Capital. We just sit here and look at charts and tell you what's going to happen. You guys know that. And U.S. began striking multiple targets on Iran, Luis Rodriguez said, and we did see that. Remember, I told you about CVX the other night. I put it on the list, ExxonMobil as well. I told you they were setting up right there, and a little bit of pullback, but they're setting up. They're going to run right there. You might as well look at them tomorrow. CVX, ExxonMobil, and the rest of them, EONR, TPET, and Battalion, and all them guys as well. They're looking pretty good. AM, remember I accidentally clicked on that yesterday, and it looked pretty decent. And I said, well, that's an oil and gas one. It looks pretty good. Or was it 2 days ago? I forget which day it was, but it was looking pretty good. And I was trying to go to like AMD or think, but that was pulling back right there. AMD looks like it's going to get hammered down, guys. I mean, if you're going to play one to the downside, I think AMD looks like it's going down right now. That's for sure. And And Laptop Travel says when he gives a gift, take it to the bank. Yeah, that S dot was a bank call right there, Laptop Travel. And he's saying Battalion will run tomorrow as well. Very strong. I agree. I had that on the list. So me and Laptop Travel both agree. Take it to the bank with you guys. So keep an eye on this Battalion right here because that's going to continue to run up there. BATL, and that does look good with ZSL with the silver short. And let's see. That CCH was a nice one there, Jared, and he was talking about that. And that did run up big. So keep an eye on that early in the morning as well to try to run up. Oracle beat on earnings, but dipped on plans to raise another $20 billion. So that's what happened with Oracle. And it does say that it says a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Oracle beats EPS and revenue estimates with fiscal Q4 non-GAAP EPS 211 and revenues 19.2 billion, and says customers to fund about 75 billion of AI infrastructure hardware. Whatever all that means, I have no idea, Luis Rodriguez, but he said they're planning to raise another 20 billion right there, and there you go. It definitely dipped, that's for sure. SMCI we were talking about, that got hammered. And has anyone noticed that these stocks are all doing offerings to raise cash to spend on AI investments? Yeah, just like remember when they were all doing it to spend on crypto at the very top, and I was like, what are they all doing? This is crazy to me. And you guys know I was saying all that. Well, yeah, this is a little crazy too. They're all raising cash to do more AI. Sometimes it doesn't always work out so well. So that could be the first issue and the first red flag, Laptop Travel. So yeah, not so good. I'm saying, who's that guy that does the charts in the White House? I always forget what his name is, but you always remember. That guy must be shitting his pants right now, guys, because when I look at these charts, I'm like, this is over. And he must be telling Trump, like, dude, you are not in a good position right here. Like, you're about to get smoked. And Trump does not like that. And so I can't imagine him trying not to pump the market tomorrow. But I don't even think he can help at this point. I don't think, unless he does have a peace deal, and that's not happening, guys, because my cartoon's pretty accurate. And he's talking to a pigeon, and the people that run the military, because they decided to bomb them and not have a coup already set up and have like the person taking over the military. Did they not even call traveling anymore in the NBA? Like, are you allowed to just walk like 18 steps and it's perfectly fine? But yeah, how did they not have that stuff set up inside the Iran? And I have no idea. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That ball rolled around the rim like 4 times. And yeah, so it doesn't make sense, and it's not going so well, and either is the market right now. So it's kind of a disaster, I would say, unfolding right now. And he didn't get it done in like the first 3 days, like he said, then the first 3 weeks, or in the first 3 months, or now I don't even know how long we've been at it, but yeah, it's just not happening because we're bombing each other again. I would say the peace deal is not on the table anymore, guys. How about that? And the ceasefire. So holy cow, crazy. And let's see. You thought you read DJT was merging with another company? Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, Laptop Travel, but today, Trump Media and Technology, TAE, is drop planned True Social Media Assets SPAC spinoff, still target Q4 2026 merger close. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not even sure what the heck they're talking about, but previously discussed spinoff involved moving TMTG's media assets into a separate SPAC with Texas Ventures Acquisition 3. Yeah, I have no idea. It's just whatever he does, it's just crazy, guys. And again, let's just go back to here. If you weren't listening at the beginning of the show, we were looking at crypto, guys, and I was explaining this is like the whole country right here. You see all the sea of red right here? Like, this is your food prices and your gas prices, or this is inflation and gas prices and everything else. This is everybody's household. This is like your house and my house and Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez and Everybody else's households are all around here. Not the This is Trump family right here, guys. That's what's happening right here. I mean, it's just so crazy, but that's exactly what's going on. And it's bizarre. And now we're in the middle of a conflict that's not ending. And how's world liberty still running right here? Crypto's getting hammered, and this thing's still run. I mean, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that should explain it to everybody right there. There's your explanation for what's going on in our country. Just look at the crypto map, and it tells you exactly what's happening. Who knew the crypto map would be that accurate? But there you go. Let's see what else. And you did say the Cracker Barrel. We were talking about that. And DJT is the parent company of True Social, and they announced a major all-stock merger with TAE Technologies, and that's a private nuclear fusion energy company, Laptop Travel said. So there you go. And Michael Anthony said the USA going to do more strikes tonight. That oil going up, sending tech crashing. I agree, Michael Anthony. And the companies aim to close it in Q4 2026 or sooner, subject to shareholder approval, and that's at DJT and TAE or whatever. So there you go. And Michael Anthony, you're correct. However, Trump has painted us into a corner. No way out, must go through, and it is kind of crazy. Luis Rodriguez said Kramer's been on a roll right there. Why? What else he say here? I don't even know. And you bought that nuss. We were talking about this nuss right here. And was it hot? No, it's not a hot nuss yet, but it looks like it's getting set up to be a hot nuss right there. It is trying to get set up and get cruising. Michael Anthony, he just wanted to have a nuss in his portfolio. That's all. And that's some new skin right there. And that could run. And all restaurant stocks that had been that the stocks that had a that said he just this is great, guy. He has three that's in a matter of like what 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's a letter. But we'll count it as a word. Five words. You have three that's. It says it's like go ahead. Bought us. That could run, and all restaurant stocks that had a that. And that's the greatest. That had a that. That should be a song. That's the Michael Anthony theme right there, Luis Rodriguez. That had a that. Holy cow. So that had a that sector had bad winter, but spring and summer will push and beat on many like TXRH and Chipotle, CMG, so more like Portillos, all dip buys. So there you go. How do you like that or that had a that? There you go for that one. Holy cow. That had a that. Holy mackerel, Michael Anthony. That's a pretty good one right there. How did you even get that to write that? Was that a is that just like, did you write that out like that, or did the computer just like auto correct you? I'm curious now. Like, I don't know how you write that many that's that fast. How about that? There you go, Michael Anthony, for your that of the day. Costco right here. That looked great yesterday. Remember, I said I put that on the list last night. Did I? Yeah, I definitely did. I had Costco on the list last night. I know. I remember I put that on there. Was it 2 nights ago? I don't remember, but I definitely had Costco down. Costco and another one. Which one was it? Yeah, Halliburton. Costco and Halliburton. It was 2 nights ago. I put that on there for you guys. So there you go. And Halliburton right here. That's getting set up. Oh, look at a Halliburton. That looks really good to get set up. But yeah, I had Costco on there 2 nights ago, and it was looking pretty good. And there you go. That's up 1.5% today. So pays to listen sometimes, I guess, huh? And then you also get to hear Michael Anthony say that had a that had a that could be like a rhyme for kids to learn. I think that's pretty good actually. And GDC right here, Doge Mama 9. How are you this evening? And that's GD Culture Group right here, electronic group or gaming or whatever. And it's way down. Was it running up in the after hours? I have to look. Not really, but it looks like it's trying to get set up. Let me see this GDC. Yeah, I mean, it is trying to crawl up right there. It's not showing me that it wants to run or do anything crazy, but I'm going to write it down for tomorrow because for some reason you like it and it could get popping here. it's been beaten down for a while. It's running on the bottom right there. So at any given moment, it could pop up. The histogram's not looking too bad either. So I'll look at that in the morning. That's for sure. And did you mean, I have a feeling you mean Sidious right here. Yep, you did mean Sidious because I didn't know what SODU was, so I figured it was probably a mistake. SIDU though, Sidious Space right here. That's an aerospace and defense one looking much better, and that could run actually another one that could get moving with the whole conflict going on as well. And then also you have your SpaceX, but I don't know if that's going to fuel it. I think the conflict would fuel it a little bit more. And let's see what GLE is up to. Global Engine Group. That's a Hong Kong one. That was running around today and jumped up like 50%, but a whole lot more right there because that was at $1.08 at one point. So that was over 100% yesterday, that was. And then today it was jumping around as well, is what I meant to say. Yesterday it was over 100%. Today it was jumping around, and it does look interesting right there. I'd be careful though, it could get hit off this top right here and dip down. It's not the perfect look for that candle right there, but it could be still jumping around tomorrow. But obviously just watch for the bottom area, and you know that's going to be around this trend line in the 56 area. And today your bottom was, what does it say, like 52 right there? So keep an eye on that spot right there. Doge Mama 9 said, there you go with them bad boys. And let me see what else is going on here. Michael Anthony said U.S. Central Command said in a social media post Wednesday that the military is striking multiple targets in Iran, and it is happening in response to Iran's unwarranted, is that what that says? Unwarranted and continued aggression, he says. So there you go. Caterpillar with a little healthy pullback right here with the rest of the market. That did pull back pretty good. So we'll be watching for that one, that's for sure. And let's see, Sidious, we looked at that. Photo right there, an XOVL. And I know you do like that. This is a photonic ETF, right? Or something. Yeah, photonics. And that's pulling back right there. So watch for the bottom on that one. And XOVL right here is like your SpaceX one, and Laptop Travel saying buy the dip on them. And then that Tractor Supply was ripping up a little bit there today. We did like that one. It was looking pretty good. Your Portillos was looking good. And SPAC, well, that's not a SPAC and talks. What? SPAC and talks only? What the heck is he talking about? What are you saying here, Michael Anthony? I'm not exactly sure what the heck he said right there. If Luis Rodriguez, can you get the translator out and tell me what the heck he's talking about? SPAC and talks only. SPAC and stocks only? I don't even know what you're even trying to say, Michael Anthony, but there you are. I'm assuming that's a typo. And Disney is walking the plank. It certainly is. It does walk the plank right there. That's for sure. Cracker Barrel was a monster right there. Wow, where did this list come from, Laptop Travel? Holy cow, you got another list over there. Let's look at some of these guys real quick and see what's going on with HEPS. That one sounds kind of crazy. I don't know if you want that one either. What was the other one? What is oh man, I forget. Yosh, what was that called? It's VSTD right there. You don't want VSTD, and you also don't want the HEPS right there. I don't think so. That's a crazy one, but they are in Turkey, so we'll give them a break. But yeah, that sounds a little odd. And it's hit a little resistance right there. Rave right here. Is it going to party? I'm not sure. It was partying up there. It's not doing anything real crazy right now. CRCT jumping up a little bit for that Circuit Inc. and TRVG right here is up. That one's been a monster. Holy cow. Look at Travago or something. That's been just running up straight. Xers right here. Familiar with this one. This is a drug manufacturer. That one's actually not looking too bad at the moment. And EOLS. Something. Oh, I keep typing in wrong. That's why. There it is. Evolve, something like that. I don't even know how to say that word, but it is just kind of hanging out right there. And let's see what else you have. That stack was running not too long ago, and it's still stacking up. Remember, we'd mentioned this one before, and it is still running. Flowers food right here. Good old flow looks like it wants to flow up a little bit more. And CFFN, I don't know what that is. Capital Federal Financial is a bank right here, and that's running up as well. And INNV, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Innovage. I know this one right here. It's a U.S. company. medical care facilities. And there you go. That is running up. We looked at that not long ago, as a matter of fact. KRNY. Kearney Financial's running up as well, and it looks like the regional bank sector is looking pretty decent, just based off them last two that we looked at, or the two bank ones. Max right here, and that might have a little more pushes. The 2050s moving up right there. PSIG right here. Let's see, because that one's been a monster at the top. Looks like it has a little more momentum in it. And your Spurs beating up on your Knicks right here, 32-17. And the Knicks do lead the series 2-1. They won 2 games away, and now it looks like the Spurs want to win 2 games away. And they just had a basket and a foul, it looks like. Possibly, I'm not sure if that's a 3-point play right there, but there you go. PSIG. Where was I? CLDT right here is Chapman Lodging Trust. And there you are with a hotel and motel. And somehow that one's running up there as well for good old CLDT. And Forward right here. What is this one up to? Forward Air Corp. And that thing looks like it's going to go forward up a little more. BV Brightview Holdings. That's a specialty business. I thought that was a medical facility one, but no, it's not. It doesn't say that anyway. BV right there, that is kind of crawling up slowly but surely right there, and we'll see if this has any hope. Hope Banco, and there's another regional bank one not looking too bad. MRDN, what is that? That's a Meridian Holdings, an electronic. That one looks pretty good. There was another gaming one that Doge Mama 9 mentioned, right? Wasn't this one it? CDC? Yeah, it is. We'll have to keep an eye on that sector right there. And what is this? PIII, P3 Health Parents or Partners or something. That's crawling up, not looking so bad. SGRY, Surgery Partners right here. Now, that looks like it's really good. That could be popping right there. And Genie Energy, we'll see. It should have some energy tomorrow, so we'll see what that genie's up to in the morning. And what is this? FMNB? I'm not sure what. Farmers National Bank. That's a bank one, and that's running up. So, yeah, the bank ones look pretty good right there. NWBI is another bank running up. I'd say they're looking pretty good. And BRT right here is BRT Apartments. And that's trying to curl up. That's not looking so bad right there. Look at that bad boy for that apartment complex. And PAMT right here is a trucking company and has been up into the right, trying to get into the top. Not looking so bad. Could run up a little bit more right there. And there you go. So that is Laptop Travel's other list right there. I hope you guys like that. Best crop of the under $20 ones is what Laptop Travel said. So thank you, Laptop Travel. Gave us a nice list of under $20 poppers right there. So, and what CEO are you talking about? I'm not even sure. Luis Rodriguez, did they fire Cracker Barrel CEO? They should. I don't know. Maybe that's why it's popping. But no, Wells Fargo upgraded Cracker Barrel somehow, and somehow that woke CEO figured out how to get. You know what she did? She shut her mouth, and she stopped talking and doing stupid things, and somehow Cracker Barrel was able to fight its way back up there. Not many of them do it that well, but Cracker Barrel ended up doing it. Lucky them. And Trump's family has made $2.3 billion since he's been in presidency with their crypto ventures. Zach, I believe. I bet they made a lot more. I bet Barron's made $2.3 billion just in them side wallets on certain coins. So I bet that's a very small number that they're showing right there, Zach, and it's a huge number. Don't get me wrong. $2.3 billion the president and his family's made while he's been in office. I mean, that's insane. But I bet that's actually really small compared to what they've really made. So overall, the Trump family has amassed over $5 billion since Trump took office. I would assume it's like more like 7, to be honest with you. Yeah, Zach, I think that 2.3 is a very low ball number. I think Laptop Travel with 5 billion might be a lot closer. I think it's even bigger than that. And just wild. That's what I'm saying. I think we all say the same thing. It's pretty wild. Like I said, that crypto map is exactly the country. These were red earlier, so it was a lot better. But everything was red except for this World Liberty. And I did. That's why I took that screenshot when I did. I have to do that one because, I mean, that is so on the money right there. It's so crazy. But, yeah, that's wild itself. Don Jr.'s made about $250 million in the last 12 months himself there. Zach, how do you like that? If you don't, Don Jr. will be mad at you if you don't like that, Zach. So he's only made 250 million in the last year. He's never made 250 million in his lifetime, but in the last year, since his dad's the president, he was able to make 250 million. How do you like that, Zach? Do you like that? And yeah, I'm pretty sure the family's amassed like over $7 billion since they've been in the office. And how long's he even been in office? It hasn't even been that long. I mean, it's crazy, guys. So there you are. Luis Rodriguez and everybody else. How do you like that craziness for you? And are you talking about Kroger right here, Michael Anthony? Because that was up today a little bit, and it's looking pretty good. You're right. These food companies are looking pretty good. Sprouts as well. That's looking, wow, you're right. Michael Anthony's on to something here. KR, SFM, looking pretty decent right there, I have to say. Let's see, what was the last one? ACI is what is the name of that one? Hold on, give me a second. I know Albertson, is that it? Something like that. Yeah, look at that. ACI. There you go. See, I try to do this for my brain injury, so it's like my cognitive therapy exercise right there. That's why I really try to remember the names of the companies. I tell the doctors that they think I'm crazy, but it seems to work. I mean, I've been getting my long-term memory back a little bit better and everything else. So it's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. I've used the stock market to heal my brain somewhat. How crazy is that, guys? But yeah, Albertson, how do I remember that? It took me a minute. I had to really tap into it. I had to really think what the A meant. I just knew that the A was the name of the company. Like it started with an A. So I'm like, what is that thing? And it's a person's name. You know how I remember it, I think? Fat Albert. That's how I remember Fat Albert and grocery store. That's what I remember. So there you go. Little mnemonics, I guess. Is that what they call that when you think of something else? I've always done that my whole life. I'm not as good at it anymore, but for whatever reason, Fat Alberts I could remember. So that's how I was able to know that one. For I couldn't think of it because usually it'll just flow. And if they don't, I usually have trouble. But for whatever reason, I thought of that. And there you go. So that's like a milestone in my life right there, trying to do that. So there you go, guys. How about that? And so thanks, Michael Anthony, for bringing up ACI right there. And that one could bounce off your other two, Kroger and Sprouts, looking way better right there. Clover Health, what's that up to? That's running up. You're right. That's been up and to the right since April. Holy cow. And it's ripping right there. CMS upgrades on Clover Health's Medicare star rating to 4.5 stars. And that started to rip right there. And GDC, what did you say about this thing? We looked at it. To buy at 7, then it's gonna bounce, is according to Michael Anthony right there. Wasn't that what you were looking at there, Doge Mama 9? Didn't you mention GDC up there? She certainly did. Michael Anthony saying, wait until it hits 7 cents here. Let's look at these minute charts now and see what's down here. That's still in the tens all day, huh? Didn't really get out of there. Let me see. It got up to 12. 10 was the lowest right there. Let's see. What was it there? 9. You think it's coming down to 7, huh, Michael Anthony? I don't know. I mean, like I said, I have to look at it tomorrow to get a better idea. But Michael Anthony's saying it's coming down to 7. So there's Michael Anthony's look on it there, Doge Mama 9. And let's see. Binance launched what? A $13 million. Yeah, I did see that. The World Liberty Rewards program for World Liberty USD stablecoin holders. The exchange added a USD1 BTC futures pair, sparking fresh liquidity and buying interest in the governance token. So yeah, it definitely did that. But I did see that happen. And Michael Anthony writes, in rapid stream of consciousness style, skipping standard punctuation and sentence breaks entirely. He sure does. It causes multiple distinct ideas to blur together constantly. You're right. He doesn't use punctuation at all. He doesn't believe in periods or anything, or even like skipping anything. He gets a thought and he just keeps on going. That's probably how we ended up with that. What was it? That something else. I forget what the heck he even said. I should write it down because I'm going to forget. And it was so good. It was a classic Michael Anthony saying right there. I can't even find it. Where the heck did you say that, Michael Anthony? There it is. I think it's right here. That had a that. How do I forget that? That had a that. You can't even forget that, but I will. But that is the best right there. That's for sure. And there you are. So instead of selecting a specific logical transitions like because or therefore, he just relies on the word that as a universal connector. This helps him maintain a fast typing pace without pausing. You probably nailed it right on the head, Luis Rodriguez. You're like a psychiatrist over there. Look at that. Luis Rodriguez nailed it, Michael Anthony, I bet. And Miss Dole was dip. What did you say? Oh, you missed the Dole dip. Is that what you're trying to say here? And Dole is running back up. Look at that. Yeah, Dole popping back up. So your farm ones are ripping right there. Let's see your farm products right here. ADM looks like it's curling up. That don't look that great. That don't look perfect. That looks like it could run up. Dole looks like it's gonna run up more. Edible doesn't look too bad. Check out EDBL right there. That's a penny stock not looking bad. Look at that run up on something LMNR. I don't even know what that says. LND looks pretty good right there too. So a couple. There's your S dot. That's considered a farm product too. And VITL right there. So a couple good ones. Which one did I say? Edible right here. EDBL. Recent 10% owner insider purchase sparks short squeeze. Look at this thing. That looks really good right there, guys. Keep an eye on Edible tomorrow. I see it was trying to run today, but it could try to continue tomorrow there, Doge Mama 9, as a matter of fact. And let's see. Your gift tonight for the viewers is Rave. You're saying this is going out to party, Laptop Travel. Good old Rave right here. I'm going to write it down because his gifts have been pretty good. If it doesn't hit tomorrow and have a party, it'll probably happen on a Friday, and that'll be perfect. We'll have a big rave party on Friday. That would be really good right there, Laptop Travel. So it is a rave restaurant group, and we'll be keeping an eye on that in the morning with our Satit and GDC right there. And here's Pie 5 Pizza. Look at that. I had no idea. I didn't even know what they were going to be. And let's see what they are. So a Rave Restaurant Group is the home of two exciting brands. They have Pie 5 Pizza and the nation's leading fast casual pizza company. Oh, that's what that is. And the Pizza Inn, one of the nation's first dine-in pizza chains. Well, wasn't Pizza Hut probably one of the first dine-in pizza chains, I would assume? I mean, I'm just taking a guess. I mean, everybody used to eat at Pizza Hut. Like, what did they think? Unless they own Pizza Hut, I mean, how would it be one of the nation's first dine-in pizza chain? Unless these people are around that long before Pizza Hut, I don't know. What do you think, Laptop Travel? Are they just playing on words here? I have no idea. So, formerly known as Pizza Inn Holdings, and now it's Rave and something. And their flagship Pizza Inn brand currently operates more than 200 restaurants. So domestically and internationally, I've never heard of the Pizza Inn. That's for sure. So there you go. That's Rave. It's a pizza shop, guys. They have two pizza companies, and there you go. So Laptop Travel said either tomorrow or Friday they're going to have a big rave party, and they're going to have their pizzas on deck, and we're all going to be sipping at cocktails and watching this thing party. So keep an eye on it. Let's put it that way. Let's see what the weekly look like here. It does look like it wants to continue up. You're not kidding there, Laptop Travel. And the monthly looks pretty good, and the daily does too. So there you go, everybody. Take that for your rave party and see what happens. And there you are, Zach. And let's see, that was just in crypto ventures from what you saw, but you don't disagree. Yeah, well, that's just in maybe a couple crypto ventures is at 2.5 million. Like I said, you don't know about Barron side accounts and stuff like that nobody can really track, but he's the only one. Like, there's nobody else that could be making money like that on these calls because, I mean, it's truly insider information. Minutes before Trump makes a huge tweet, and you see like the account put like a $10 million bet on something in crypto or whatever, and it's worth like $100 billion, like in a blink of an eye, or like whatever it's worth. It's crazy, guys. You've seen this happen like a lot of times already. So yeah, it's bizarre, Zach, and I think everybody thinks it's pretty crazy. But anyway, there you go. And you're correct about the crypto gains, and what a tough life for Donnie Jr. You're not kidding, Zach. I mean, he had to make, how much did you say he made this year? What was it? 100 and something. $250 million, Laptop Travel said. Don Jr. made in the last 12 months. So I mean, it's kind of tough being him, guys. And so yeah, there you are. That's yeah. I laptop travel. Look at, did he ever make $250 million in his life? Like all the years he's been alive doing work, but I know he's like run the Trump accounts and stuff. So I or helped with them at least, or did something. I don't know, but I mean, did he really ever make $250 million before? I mean, that's pretty wild, right? Everybody, that's crazy. So anyway, Luis Rodriguez said that let's see what Michael Anthony, this is what Michael Anthony was saying. He said he bought that NUS and it could run at all restaurant stocks that that had a that sector had a bad boy. You just copied and pasted it. Oh, are you telling me what he's gonna say here? The restaurant, oh, this is what he's saying. The restaurant industry experienced a tough winter seasonal slowdown, but the arrival of spring and summer demand will act as major catalysts. So there you go, because he did start mentioning about the spring and summer right there. We'll push and beat on many like TXRH and CMG. See that AI translator is great. And then when he said the upcoming seasonal push will result in significant earnings beats for core companies like Texas Roadhouse, that's what that is, and Chipotle CMG. Let's look at Texas Roadhouse. I forgot to look at it. I meant to type it in. And there you are. That's not looking so bad. I mean, it has to get set up. Chipotle was up a little bit today and not looking so bad either. And there are many other viable targets in this space, such as Portillo's. Investors should aggressively buy the dips across these names. So thank you, translator AI, for helping us out with that, Michael Anthony. So there you go, Michael Anthony. We figured out what you said back here. That translator is great, though, I must say. It does work perfectly. Let's put it that way. And so when you write this, bought NUS that could run in all restaurant stocks, how did that, we can actually figure out what the hell you're talking about, Louis, Michael Anthony, thanks to Luis Rodriguez and AI. So how about that, how did that, everybody? And let's see what else is going on over here in our how did that world. Let me see. Yeah, the market's pretty red. Did we already read this news? I don't remember, but stocks pair losses as U.S. completes Iran attack. Oh, they completed it. And the stock futures fall as U.S. launches additional strikes against Iran. And let's see, the stock futures fall as U.S. strikes Iran again. And the big question facing SpaceX investors, what are you really buying? And U.S. consumer inflation vaults above 4% as Iran war boosts energy prices and everything else. Everything's crazy right here. Here's your futures. They're pretty, well, they're actually up right there. So look at that. Futures are running up and oil's running up, guys, but it looks like Brent is trying to pull back a little bit. Let's see what's going. Well, we're not going to be able to see right here, but that's what your futures are doing. And Oxy and all this. We'll have to see in the morning what these are all up to because the market's closed. I mean, there is the overnight stuff going on, but obviously it's going to be jumping around as we have conflict going on with Iran and oil prices going up, SpaceX happening Friday, inflation running through the roof, and everything else that's happening in this country. It's like a that kind of that what was that how did that kind of economy we're living in right now. And San Antonio is winning 47-25 right now, it looks like, in the second quarter with 10:25 left. Possibly they flipped off the thing, but they're showing a replay right here. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're checking their instant or checking for a whatever, I guess. Oh, who just like took out the big guy right there. That was pretty crazy. And anyway, I think they're doing a review. That's what that's called. And Knicks are getting torn to shreds in their own building. You're not kidding, Luis Rodriguez. They went out to San Antonio, looked great, beat them 2 games, and then San Antonio comes over to New York and looks great and is beating up on the Knicks. They beat them the first game barely, but they're beating up on them here. And Michael Anthony said he just filled up his tank that cost $66 at $3.56 a gallon, and that will be $4 by this weekend. Well, Michael Anthony, our prices around here are already like $4.50, so you're way cheaper than me. That's for sure. And that's just regular Michael Anthony. If that's what you're putting in, you got cheap gas, I would say, at 356. Yeah, we're well over $4 in Jersey. So take that, Michael Anthony. But yeah, it is ridiculous going there. You know what the craziest thing is, guys? You go to a gas station, you get gas, and then go to like the grocery store. And by the end of that, you're like broke. You're like, holy shit, that was crazy. How'd I just spend like $500 doing nothing? I went to two places I've gone to my entire life, and now I'm broke. It's so crazy, guys. I'm telling you, it's the wildest thing right now. And obviously, it's not getting any better. And that's why I said Trump is in trouble, guys. He is really in trouble if he don't get this figured out relatively soon, because I just don't see them winning any of the midterms or anything right now. Not with this craziness going on. And again, it is just it's a bizarre scene happening here, that's for sure. And you guys know, I'll show you again because I did it the other day. This is exactly what it looks like, guys. I'm telling you. Look, I mean, how great is that? This is how I pictured the negotiations with Iran. And I said last week, aerospace and defense were set up, and we're going back to war. Boom, there you go. We mentioned it on here. I mentioned it in the Discord. And yeah, he's got to deal with this carrier pigeon all the time. And then like these people, they don't have access to internet, so they're just like, what's going on? We don't know what's happening. And then these people that run the military, they have access to Twitter and X, or X, not Twitter. They have access to X and like communications because they have like laptops and everything else. They're probably talking to laptop travel. They're booking vacations and stuff like that. And they're like, no way, there's no deal. We reject everything. What are you talking about? And then Trump's like, yep, we have a deal. And they're like, no, we don't have a deal. It's the craziest thing. This is what's going on, guys. And I posted that, 2 days ago? June 8th right there. 2 days ago, I posted that right before we started to get into like the actual conflict and start bombing each other again. So how wild is that, guys? And I told you last week that we were going to be getting back into some action right there. So there you go with that craziness. And how about that one right there? Did you guys see that? That was pretty funny as well.
Yeah, baby. That's what I've been waiting for.
That's what we've been waiting for. 279% right there. How about that? That was pretty good. But anyway, there you go, having a little fun. And there you go with the market. So yeah, we were crushing the market with the I'm telling you, the indices are perfect right now, but I guess you can play anything at this point and put puts on it because they're just coming down, especially the Mag 7 and semiconductors and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's kind of crazy right there. Michael Anthony, and hold on, we got to see what he's saying. We need to look at retail stocks like NVO to keep going up since tech out of favor, and OCC keeps going higher. I mentioned that earlier, Michael Anthony, at the beginning of the show. I said that thing was ripping there, and you had mentioned it the other day. NVO does look good. Look at that, guys. Novo disc. I couldn't think of say it. Novo disc right there does look like it's trying to set up for NVO. So that doesn't look too bad, Michael Anthony. And OCC was running up. That's that optical cable one. You mentioned it the other day, and it was a big monster right there. So good call on that one, Michael Anthony. And he just completed, there you go. He just completed a vehicle fill up. The transaction reached a total of $66, calculated at the retail rate of $3.56 per gallon right there. Thank you, AI Michael Anthony. That's what we're going to call it. AI Michael Anthony right there. Zach, what did you say? Started going to the grocery store when they bag your own groceries for you. Typically a higher price grocer. But with how expensive everything is right now, at least you don't have to bag your own groceries. That's pretty funny. We don't even you can't even use a bag in New Jersey, guys. You got to like bring your own bags, and then they don't bag anything for you anyway. It's like they don't even do anything. You might as well just check it out yourself around here because, like I said, I guess there's a couple good cashiers, but yeah, you're bringing your own bags and doing everything yourself around here, guys. It's crazy. Nobody is going out of their way to do any extra work for anything, and nobody's in a rush to do anything. Guys, I don't know if it's like this, and God bless these guys. Like, I don't really get that upset, but it's kind of crazy because you're always in a rush when you get behind them. The trash men. Like, has anyone else ever noticed this recently? Is it just around me? The trash men. They just hang out in the street and just talk to each other, take their time, get in the trash. Like there is no like sense of urgency for anybody to move. And even if traffic's backing up and piling up, they really just don't care. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Today, I was literally sitting there. The guys were done collecting the trash, and three of them, the driver was out of the truck. I guess they had just got like a whole bunch of trash. I don't know because I didn't see anything. And they were just standing in the middle of the whole street block. And they were just standing in the middle of the street having a conversation with the three of them. And I was just sitting there watching them like, are they going to pick up any trash and throw it in the truck, or are they just hanging out talking? And of course, I just sat there patiently. I was the first car. And like there's like 10 cars behind me now. And like now there's cars trying to come around the corner, and they're just sitting there looking at everybody like it's no big deal. They didn't even give a crap. And the guy just took his time and kind of jumped into the truck and moved over a little bit, and the dude waved me on like it was no big deal. And then they just kind of stood there and talked to each other. And I was like, holy cow, there's no sense of urgency ever. Like the trash men before, they would like try to get out of your way. They'd be pretty quick. They don't even care. No one cares anymore. No one just cares about anything, guys. It's pretty bizarre. So anyway, there you go. And what else are you guys saying? We need to evaluate retail and defense equities here, like Novo Nordisk, and they are moving up because the technology sector is falling out of favor with the market participants. And I guess you're seeing a sector rotation. And we did say like kind of healthcare and stuff. So I guess drug manufacturers, all that good stuff. And restaurants as well, because they were beaten down too. And you said that's right. Minnesota's behind on the 10-cent plastic bag or whatever movement, and you always grab extra paper bags to throw in your recycle. And well, yeah, we don't even have the option. We have to buy them like paper bags. Oh, what an alley-oop by the Spurs. Now they're putting on a show right there. You guys see that alley-oop? That was nasty. But yeah, you can buy like them they're not paper bags. They're like the cloth ones now that they sell you. And they're like as useless as anything, because I mean, if you like get chicken and it leaks in that thing, you can't use that thing ever again. You can't even like really use them for your trash cans. Like before, you would put them plastic bags in your trash cans and reuse them and throw them out and actually have use for them. Like them cloth ones are useless, and I just never bring a bag. Or I actually bought a case of the plastic bags from Amazon. Like you just buy like 10,000 bags for like really cheap. It doesn't matter. And then you show up at the store with them, and everybody looks at you like you're insane. And you're just like grabbing plastic bags and throwing your shit in there, and everybody's looking at you like, holy shit, I want a plastic bag right now. And then yeah, that's how it looks, because if not, you're buying your own bag. Holy cow, the Spurs just stole the ball, went up for a dunk, and the dude just got blocked so hard he just hit the ground. That was an embarrassing play right there for the Spurs. How they steal the ball and then got blocked on that dunk right there, that dunk attempt. And that was pretty wild if you're watching this game. And anyway, Pizza Hut and Pizza Inn were both founded in the exact same year in 1958, Laptop Travel. Well, then I guess Pizza Inn has the right to say that they were one of the very first dine-in pizza joints. And yeah, that dude just got blocked. I mean, that was crazy. Number 11 on the Spurs. He went flying down. And let's see. Yeah. And so yeah, wow, Laptop Travel. Who knew that Pizza Inn? I've never heard of it before. Everybody I thought knew what Pizza Hut was. And so I guess they have the right to say that they were one of the very first dine-in pizza shops. I was saying they didn't, because I said I would assume that Pizza Hut has to be, but they were founded in the exact same year, 1958. How about that, guys? Crazy, huh? And grocery stores are ridiculous. It's not enough that we're giving them our money. Now we have to package everything ourselves. Not even like Amazon does that. Oh, it's so crazy. I'm telling you, go to a grocery store, you got to do everything for yourself. I mean, you might as well just be the cashier. You might as well just go stock the shelves for them for free too, and then see if they need you to do like FIFO or anything else. Like, yeah, you need me to rotate your stock for you while I'm here? I mean, what the hell? I do everything else while I'm here. Besides pay a fortune for my groceries, I have to bag them, cash register, ring them up, and do it all. So what the hell's the difference? I might as well restock your shelves too. It's nuts, guys. You guys go to Home Depot, that's the worst place ever. They have like zero cashiers anymore, at least in my locations. They got rid of all the cashier stations, and now they just have like everything's like scan it yourself. And holy cow, because honestly, they stick 4 employees up there, like one by the door and 3 to stand there and talk to each other. And then nobody knows what, and they're like trying to tell you what lane to go in, and it's just a nightmare, guys. It's just so crazy, and you're better off if they would just like go and just ring you up and had 4 cashiers working that day. But they decided to go. You're on your own at Home Depot too, so yeah, it's crazy. Like all these stores are doing this, but then they wonder why their theft is so high. I mean, you're letting people just check themselves out. Like, what do you expect? Like, what if somebody actually made a mistake and didn't check themselves, like didn't scan something or that? Like, they're not paying attention. Like, I don't really care. I have a brain injury. I don't pay attention to much. I'm just in there doing whatever. I'm like not even half with it most of the time. So somehow I could do a show and look at the stock market, but yeah, I'm like, they rely on me to check out. You're in trouble, guys. I don't know. It's not like I'm ever trying to steal anything, but I don't know what the hell's going on half the time. So it is crazy. I've literally watched people just walk right out of Home Depot with like expensive ass items while I'm sitting there paying for everything. I'm like, Jesus. And they don't say anything. You're not allowed. They're not allowed to say anything. That's like their policy at Home Depot. We've talked about it before. Once everybody knew that was a fact and like, they're not allowed to even like chase you, say anything, or do anything. They just like let you leave what your items that you took. It's crazy. Like everybody just take, and the one Home Depot is in like a location. I mean, the location's not really that bad, but there's a lot of bad areas, like I said, around there. And this place, I mean, the cops just sit out front of there. It's crazy. Like every time I go there, there's a cop like not parked in a parking spot. He's like just like pulled up to the front, like you had to go in and lock somebody up for probably theft. Yeah, it's insane, guys. So yeah, you're in there scanning your own stuff, and you're like basically the cashier. You're now bagging everything. And next, they're just going to be like, yo, when you walk in a store, they're going to hand you a pallet and be like, here, you got to go stock the shelf before you can come shopping here. That's what it's going to come down to, it feels like. And then you're still going to have to tip somebody because that's out of control, too. Everybody wants a tip. No one even does anything, but everyone needs a tip for something. I don't even understand it. Like, aren't you just doing your job? Like, why do I have to give you like $100 tip for everything I do right now? Like, tell your company to pay you a couple more dollars and stop asking everybody for a tip. Well, I get if you're in food service and stuff, but I mean, holy cow, like cash register, cashier at every job, they have like a tip jar out. It's bizarre. It's like so crazy, guys. And yeah, they threw customer service right out the window. Trust me, it's pretty wild. And you hate food shopping, it was always complicated. And now Zach said they have a big scanner that you walk under, and that beeps if something gets missed. Well, yeah, I guess they do that too. And then at like BJ's, they like check your receipt and stuff. And like I said, I'm honest. I try to make sure I check everything out and all that good stuff. But don't rely on me. I'm retarded, guys. Like I'm not the person. I'm not the cashier. That's for sure. So yeah, it's bizarre all the time. I'm just like looking around, like, can someone just check this out so it's right? But yeah, I guess you get used to it. I mean, it's not that hard of a concept, but if you're like trying to check out a bunch of stuff and you got like people behind you and everything's getting rushed, it's a little bit crazy. You know who's good though? Aldi. That supermarket's good. They don't bag it, but they also don't they just like scan your stuff and throw it into an empty cart and then you're on your own. But it's great. Like the cashiers full. Like there can be 7 people in line with huge carts and they all just roll right through them like it's no big deal. Like the most you're in line's like probably like 10 minutes tops. I'm not even kidding. It's crazy. Like you've never seen anything like it. So yeah, that supermarket's good. Aldi, they're pretty quick with it. And again, they don't even give you the opportunity to check out yourself. They just have like a couple cashiers and they just throw your stuff like and they just throw it in an empty cart and hand you your cart. You pay them real quick and you're in and out. I love it. So anyway, OCC right here. Optical cable was running pretty good. And Donald Jr.'s net worth was estimated at approximately 500 million today, a 10x from daddy's job. So how about that, guys? $500 million today. Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty wild, guys. How about that? And so yeah, there you are with all that. And what else were you guys saying? I missed some stuff up here. Hold on. You said Don Jr. was only worth $50 million at the time of his father's induction into office. So there you go. That's I mean, I didn't even think he'd be worth that much, but I assumed he had some millions behind his dad because he helps run the company or whatever. So he would definitely have something. So yeah, he had 50 million, but he made 250 million in the last 12 months, guys. So he only had 50 million all these years that he was running like his dad's companies and stuff. And then somehow his dad got into office and he ended up with 250 million in 1 year. And the rest of the family ended up with like 7 billion. So how about that, guys? Can Trump adopt some of us real quick? I mean, that's all. We just need like to be adopted for like a year or two, and you won't ever have to work ever again. You'll be set for life. It'll be crazy. So anyway, how wild is that? And Zach said he remembers when Costco allowed self-checkout and you'd buy so much shit then realize we forgot so much stuff accidentally come up. Yeah, it's again, like you stack up your cart and stuff, and then you're just like trying to scan everything, and it's all crazy, guys. It's a wild world. And then you have people that just like straight up just run out with like a full cart of food. So it's like, yeah, there's people that literally aren't really stealing. They just miss an item. And then some people just try to run out with everything. It's a crazy world we live in, everybody. You guys know that. But anyway, here we are. It's like doing us a favor for taking our money. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, we like work for all these stores now. It's crazy. They're just like, yeah, just go bag your stuff, check it out, do this, but don't take anything. Make sure you get this 100% correct. Because if you do, if you mess it up, we're calling the cops on you. It's like, well, can you do it for me so I don't have this liability? I'd rather not deal with this shit. But no, you can't. They don't even have the option. You have to do it yourself and then get in trouble when you mess up. So that's what that's the world we live in, guys. And Michael Anthony said, look what this company does that looks ready to rebound. Which one are you talking about, Michael Anthony? I have no idea what. Oh, this one, OCC. This one already rebounded. I'd say it's on its way. It went through the roof. I'm not sure what company you're talking about there anyway, Michael Anthony, but let me know what company you're talking about so I can figure that out. And there you are. I think we just got through everything right there. And wow, this show just kind of flies through. Guilt, that's what you're talking about? When did we mention guilt? I don't even know if you mentioned it, did you? But communication equipment in Israel right there. And what did you say? Is it going to bounce? Look at what this company does. That looks ready to rebound. I mean, I don't think it's ready to rebound just yet. But I'll take a look at it tomorrow morning and see if it wants to look a little bit better. It still looks like it's got a little pullback right there to me. But it's down at the bottom. Let's put it that way for GILT. We'll look at it. I know we've looked at this before. It's a satellite company. And we've talked about it or traded it or something, but they do something right there. I never looked at the website. I just know the stock ticker right there. And then Luis Rodriguez said to add insult to injury, the lines are crazy long to check out. So not only are you giving them your money and bagging your own stuff, but then you're wasting your time by making you wait. And the ShopRites, that's what we have. ShopRites are the worst. They are. Luis Rodriguez, they're so bad. I guess it's all ShopRites because that's what we have near us. And holy cow, it's a disaster, guy. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. And yeah, the lines will be super long, and then you got to check out. And then they have like signs up. So like the self checkout, like you know how it's like usually like 10 or less items. Like this will say like no more than 30 items. You're like, what? Like 30 items? So yeah, you got a bunch of people in there with like basically like filled carts, and they're trying to self check out, and then like every time, Luis Rodriguez, does anybody else experience this? Like you're trying to scan stuff and you put it in like, because if you don't put it on the like tray next to it, so it has the weight thing, it won't think that you bought it or scanned it or whatever. So you do that, and then the stupid thing tells you like that you need the person up front for some reason. You have no idea why. It's like, oh, now you need assistance, and now you're like looking for the person because everybody needs assistance. Like every other item that you scan somehow needs assistance. And so then you're waiting for that person, and they come over and they're like, they click they scan their card, and then they type in their code, and they're like, you're all right now. And then you go and scan the next two items, and then it comes up again, and then that person's like, oh, the person's already over trying to help somebody else because they have the same code. You guys experience that? It's like insane. Like you try to check out and the stupid code comes up and you need customer service, especially when like when you're like weighing vegetables and stuff. I don't know why. It's just like, can I just look this stuff up? Like, you want me to check out and do this, but then the machine doesn't even let me do anything. It's just, it's so crazy, guy. It's so frustrating. I just want to just pick up the machine and throw it sometimes. Just like, can we get real people to do something sometime? But no, you can't. You can't get anybody to do anything. So yeah, it's so crazy. And everyone's in a rush to scan when the lines are ridiculous. You're not kidding. And like everybody's like bumping you in your cart, and you're just like, holy cow. And yeah, it's like completely frustrating. And it's just terrible. It's not like grocery shopping used to be. It's just a nightmare anymore. And I guess that's why people do it online and have shit delivered to their house. But I just don't do that either. I don't even, I'm like, when do people even have time to do all this stuff? I have no idea. But anyway, there you go. That's grocery shopping and everything else. It's all nightmare. I'll tell you a great story, though. So Dougie had a half a day today. So I went and picked him up for lunch. I'm telling you, we should do a food show. You know, like everyone probably has these like, people around their area that do food like tastings and food shows, like probably on social media in the areas, because that's like a huge thing. And you guys know I was doing a cooking show like 17 years ago and doing that stuff as well. Like doing restaurant stuff, going and tasting things. I did them too as well. Like 17 years ago, I used to do that. And but me and Dougie could do a food show. We could go out to these places. But yeah, today there's an empanada place near us, and we always see it because we drive past it going to his school. And we had talked about it before. And then so he had a half a day. So I take him out to lunch when he has a half a day. And he reminded me, he's like, oh, let's go to this empanada place. Holy cow, guys. This place was banging. Oh my goodness. These empanadas were so good. They're all homemade and all. And wow, it's place has been there for like 2 years, I think. I never even seen it before. But like I said, I've noticed it as we drive to school. We'll be stuck in traffic right in front of it. And I'm like, empanadas, this place, we gotta check this out. And I looked it up online, and it had pretty good reviews and it looked pretty good. And I was like, yeah, we got to try this place. And holy cow, guys, they were so good. I'm like, man, I got it. Dougie's like, can we start coming here more often? He loved it. It was so good. Wow. So yeah, empanada. I'm in the mood for one now, but I didn't bring any home because we ate like, what did we eat? Like 4 or 5. We went to town on these things. Me and Dougie went nutty this today for lunch. So yeah, it was great. But yeah, great empanada place. And like I said, I should do a cooking. I should do videos. Like we could just go out and do taste testings at places and do a review. And but I would never like work with the people, like the restaurants or anything. I would just go in and buy something and give you an honest opinion. You guys know that. And but yeah, me and Dougie could do it. We go to all these places all the time, all these great cheesesteak places around us and stuff. I bet you guys would be pretty fascinated by all the stuff around us. It's pretty crazy. So maybe I have to do that. It's we literally do it all the time anyway. And he's great. Like Dougie can just do the camera and like like talk and everything and do the thing. It's great. We were doing it today, messing around. He was having a blast. So he was like, let's get these empanadas and let's try these ones. So yeah, we ended up spending a fortune on empanadas, but they were so good. Holy cow, Zach, these things were delicious. Your wife does online orders that you end up having to pick up, but then you got to be careful because they'll give you stuff that's about to expire, or fruit that's clearly about to that's clearly bad and not fresh. Yeah, that's why exactly, Zach, why I don't trust ordering the food online from the grocery store. I'm like, these people aren't going to give you anything good. They're going to look for the crappiest expired stuff and put it in your basket for you so that they get that shit out of the grocery store. I'm sure their managers literally tell them to do that. And then if you have an issue with it, you're going to have to call back and do all that hassle. And half the time, 3/4 of the time, no one's even going to bother with it. So they make out like a bandit because they get rid of all their expired stuff, just giving it to the people that order online. That's what I picture. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, Zach, that's exactly what I picture. It's exactly why I don't do it. And you were saying, Luis Rodriguez said 20 people online for self-checkout and only 2 registers open dedicated to larger orders. Meanwhile, they have 20 lanes available. Lewis, you hit it on the head. It's exactly the way it is. It's so crazy. They literally have 2 cashiers working, and then they have all these like self-checkout things. But guys, they have like 25 lanes where like you could like have people working, but they only have two. And then they'll have two, they'll literally have another two people standing at the self checkout spot just because, again, every time you ring up one item, it's like, oh, there's a problem, and they have to come over and scan their card and put in type in their code and whatever. They need two people just for that because it's a disaster. So yeah, there's no staff. It's just it's ridiculous. Everything you do, you're out there working at these stores. Like, I just went to work. Now I got to work at the grocery store. I got to go to Home Depot and work there too. It's like everywhere you go now, you're just doing work for these stores. It's bizarre, guys. It's the craziest shit ever. And then they want to tip. They all want to tip after you're done working for them. You're like, why am I tipping you? You should be tipping me. I should be giving you a W-2 form or whatever the hell they're called at the end of the year. I'm like working at this place. So you guys should be handing me some tax rebates or something. I should be getting some money off of my taxes for having to bag all my groceries and work at Home Depot and BJ's and everywhere else. It's nuts. So yeah, it's crazy. Louis Rodriguez, he said, don't get them started with the product scale that goes ape shit if you breathe on it the wrong way. Huge ordeal on top of everything else. I'm telling Louis, I'm telling you, literally put like your stuff on, like your produce to try to weigh it, and then this stupid things like it tells you try to do it, and it tells you there's an error, and then you need the person to come over and they fix it for you, and then literally like you still don't even ring in that item yet, and there's still another error will happen again. It's like on the same item you'll get like two errors, and then you go and put it down on the little tray that like you're supposed to put your stuff on after you ring it up, because that has a scale on it so that they know. And then you put it on there, and then the next thing you know, it'll tell you there's another error. You're like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm about to throw this thing across the room. Like, it's so crazy. It drives you nuts. And then this is the kicker, Louis Rodriguez. I always pay cash. And then the stupid thing will never take dollars. Like the one at ShopRite is the absolute worst. I have to say, the ones at Home Depot, I don't know now. They changed them all, but they used to be really good. That was the only one at Home Depot where you could actually stick in like all the money at one time, and it would just like do. It would like say it was like $100 and you put 520s in. You didn't have to do it individually. You could actually just put all 520s there, and it'd be like, dude, just grab one at a time and do it. That was great. Oh my God, it's so miserable. Like BJ's, you're sitting there, and of course, your order is going to be like $200 or more. And if you don't have $100 bills or anything, you're sitting there all day putting 20s in this machine. You're just like, Jesus Christ. And then they're like spitting them out at you, and you're trying to flip them around. It's like 20 minutes to get the money situated. Holy cow. I'm telling you, shopping's a process anymore, guys. It's the craziest shit ever. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then for me, like with my brain injury, like I can't scan things, so I actually have to like stop in the middle of the aisle and like literally look at every item because I can't. It'll hurt my head, and that's like one of the major things. So yeah, I like it takes me way longer, and then I have to like stop and look at things like I'm retarded. I'm just like looking at stuff, like staring at it, but I can't like scan things like I used to. So I literally have to look at like every item to find it. So I do like to go to the stores that I know where everything is. And then they all changed the store around. BJ's just did it to me. I mean, I knew where every product that I need was. I could walk to it blindfolded and pick it out. No, they had to go change the entire layout of the store. Like, why? Why do you have to do that? Now I can't find anything. It's crazy. I just walk around. I'm like, I don't know where anything is anymore. And yeah, I don't know why they insist on doing that. Everyone's walking around, looking around. You could tell no one knows where anything is. It's the craziest thing ever. I'm like, why don't they do they think like they're going to sell more shit because people are lost in the store looking for the items that they already know that they need? I'm just pissed off. I'm like, can't you just put the shit back where it was? It worked out perfectly fine. I knew exactly where, like, you could blindfold me. I could get to that item and pick it out on the shelf. That's how well I knew where everything was. And then they just change it all around all the time. I don't get it. And yeah, that's what they do. They try to change it to keep you there longer. It's so dumb. It drives me nuts, Zach. It's like, I'm not buying extra shit because you changed the store around. Just put the shit in one spot, leave it there so I know where it's at. And if I want extra shit, I'll buy it. Trust me. But no, I don't need extra shit just because I'm walking around. And yeah, that's exactly what they do. They're hoping you stumble upon something that you'll buy that you don't need. And yeah, I'm just pissed off at that point. I get so mad about it. I'm just like, why the hell do they got to move everything? Yeah, I'm not buying anything extra. I'm like furious because I can't find anything. And I'm just looking around. And then you always see like an older person looking around, just like, and you just look at them like, can't find something. They're like, yeah, they like moved everything. You're like, I know. You just don't know where anything is. Like literally all the food shit was over here. Now it's over there. It's like they might as well just stick it all up on the ceiling and just and then let you just throw darts at things to try to find it. It's the craziest thing ever. And yeah, they think that you're gonna buy more shit. Somebody let them know no one's buying more shit. It's the worst idea ever. And then they got to pay their employees to change it all around. Like it's unnecessary. Anyway, I hope you guys love the shopping talk today. There's your and stuff part of our show, I guess, huh? Talking about shopping and all the craziness that you have to deal with in this world. How about that, everybody? And we all deal with the same nonsense, no matter where you live, whether you're in New Jersey, South Jersey, North Jersey, like Louis Rodriguez, or Minnesota, like Zach, or anywhere else in the country, like Doge Mama 9 out on the West Coast, or Michael Anthony down in Georgia. He said, what the hell are you talking about? Michael Anthony doesn't even know what's going on. He don't know what we're talking. We're just talking about groceries, how expensive shit is, and going to the store and how crazy everything is when you go shopping, Michael Anthony. I don't know if you experience it down where you are. I don't think you do, because honestly, my dad lives down in Georgia area, and it doesn't seem so crazy down there like it is around us and everywhere else. And I know that for a fact, because when my dad comes back up here, he's just like, man, it's way better down south. And he's probably right, Michael Anthony. So you may not experience what we're talking about as much. So we're talking about like there's no such thing as cashiers anymore. It's all self-checkout. You got to check out everything on your own. And then they don't even provide you bags. You got to buy a bag or bring your own bag. So you got to do that too, and then bag it all yourself at the grocery store. And then if you go to like the self-checkout thing and you try to scan something, like a code will come up and you need the actual person to come over and like fix the machine for you. And that'll happen 10 times. Then you can't put your money in the machine because it just will spit it out at you. It never takes the money. It's all a disaster, Michael Anthony. And a lot of people actually do experience that craziness. Why they shop now, whether you're going to like Home Depot or Lowe's or the supermarkets or wherever the hell you're going, it's pretty much all the same experience. It's all craziness when you're trying to check out and buy stuff. And that's what we were talking about, Michael Anthony, just to fill you in. And anybody else just tuning in, we usually talk about a lot of stock stuff, but we went through the whole list. And I don't know how the heck we started talking about that, guys. I have no idea, but that was a pretty fun, interesting conversation right there. Talking about supermarkets. How the hell? I don't even know how the heck we got onto that, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea. But there you go. How about that? And what did you say your gift was today? It was I know what it is. It's rave. I can't forget that because it's going to be a rave right here on this one. Laptop Travel said this is his gift for everybody. His gifts have been huge poppers. Let's put it that way. So if it doesn't pop tomorrow, you better be looking for that rave party on Friday. So I'll be watching this thing tomorrow. And of course, it would be perfect timing, Laptop Travel, for this to have a big rave party on Friday, because that's the SpaceX IPO. And that's going to be a fun day as well. It's going to be pretty crazy on Friday. You guys know that. So we have to get geared up for that tomorrow, because it's the day before SpaceX. And it is a crazy IPO. It's going to be I think there's like already 4 times the volume of people trying to buy shares than there are shares or something crazy. It's crazy, guys. It's literally absolutely bonkers, this SpaceX IPO. And like I keep saying, I'd watch for a nice dip. I think there'll be some sell-offs. And whenever you see the general public and people that don't trade anything, have no idea what's going on, and they start contacting you like people have for me, and lots of them, and they're all asking me, how the hell do I buy SpaceX? What's SpaceX? What do I do? What do I do? You better know that that thing's going to turn out to not be exactly what you think it is the first day or second day. They'll shake people out. We'll see what happens. We'll play it, but we'll be looking at the charts. And again, I think you watch for the dip opportunity before you really go long on that one. That's how I see it. And obviously, we are watching the Sats going in. They have a huge position. It's 100% SpaceX right here. Wasn't looking so great today. DXYZ was actually looking a little bit better. So we'll watch that as well. And yeah, that's what we have going on here. So it'll be a fun Thursday tomorrow as we get closer to our SpaceX IPO, one day away. And then, of course, we had a little war action going on. So that was going down tonight. So we shall see if the markets will be dipping again in the morning. It looked like the futures were trying to be a little green there. I mean, 0.05% isn't exactly a lot right there. And you know, these things can jump back down, especially when your crude and your oil and all them guys are running up right now. So we'll be watching that in the morning on our pre-market show. And then and Luis Rodriguez said, and then after you pay, the automated machine heckles you to please remove your products from the storage area while you're trying to bag everything after this. You're so right, Luis Rodriguez. It's like, take your change, and it starts like hassling you. The stupid machine. It's so funny you say that. You're like, this stupid machine just took me like 20 minutes because I had an error. Like every time I tried to put something new on it. And now you're gonna bitch at me because I'm trying to get my shit in a bag and I have to bag it up. Lewis, you are so right on that. Holy cow, that's so funny because it does exactly that. It's hilarious. I mean, it's so crazy. Every 5 seconds, please remove your items from the storage area. It's exactly what it does to you guys. I'm not even kidding. You experience the same. They got the same checkout shit that we have here in these ShopRites. Holy cow, Lewis, that is so fun. You literally get done. You just stuffed all your money in. That took like 4 minutes to freaking put your money in. And then it's like, here's your change. It's yelling at you to take your change. It's like, take your change, it's beeping and shit. And then it's yelling at you to take a receipt. And as soon as you do that, it's now yelling at you to take your shit off the shelf thing. And you're like, holy shit, can you give me a second to like put my money away? Like, and then every 5 seconds, like, please remove your items. Please remove. You're like, will you shut up? Like, leave me alone. I'm trying to get my shit off of here. Yeah, Lewis, you experience that too. It's so crazy. It's like, holy cow, how did I get involved in all this? I just wanted to go to the grocery store and get some food and leave. It ends up being a whole production every single time. Oh my God. I'm so glad you guys experience this as well. And so yeah, it's the craziest shit ever. And what did you say? You took my money, you made me wait, you made me pack my own shit, and now you're gonna heckle me out the door. It's the absolute truth, Luis Rodriguez. That is so great. Zach agrees right there. That is so funny. And Michael Anthony, you do have Pizza Inns, and they closed all those in your area, huh? I've never heard of it. So Michael Anthony used to have them, but how about that, Zach? Oh God! So you guys, everyone experience this while they're shopping, and it doesn't matter where. That is the greatest, Luis Rodriguez and Zach. Holy cow! I am laughing. I'm gonna laugh all night about that because it is so true. I mean, what you said is so on the money, Luis. Like literally, they hassle you for your money. You're trying to shove it in this stupid machine, and it's spitting it out at you. You're like, take the goddamn money. I don't care. Like, just take it. Like, okay, I have to pay $1 million for my food. Now I'll take it. It won't take the stupid money. You can't get that in. They made you wait forever, and then they have to pack up your own shit, buy a bag from them, all that stuff, and then yeah, you're trying to get your shit. And you get all that. Like you're literally trying to put your change in your pocket and grab the receipt, and the stupid thing's heckling you to get out the door. It's telling you to hurry up and grab your stuff off the tray. You're like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, Lewis, that is the funniest thing ever because it's so it's literally what happens when you go shopping. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'll videotape it next time I go. You guys will crack up laughing because it's exactly what I'm explaining to the T. It's the most bizarre thing ever, and it goes on every store you pretty much go to anymore. Like any big store, like I said, a Home Depot, a Lowe's, grocery stores are they're the worst ever. Even like Target will have a couple cashiers, but they're trying to funnel you into the old pay yourself line usually. And yeah, just about every store. It's so nutty, guys. So anyway, enough talking about shopping, I guess. And so Michael Anthony, they closed all your Pizza Inns. Did you used to go there, Michael Anthony? I've never heard of it. And I'm amazed that they opened up the same year that Pizza Hut did, and I've never heard of the company. But maybe we had Pizza Hut and you had Pizza Inn. I have no idea because I've never heard of that thing, but it's kind of fascinating to be honest with you. That a Pizza Hut or Pizza Inn is like still like still around. Pizza Huts are really fading away. I know that they're like almost out of business. So I'm surprised Pizza Inn is doing well, but yeah, that's pretty funny. And it's like that scene out of Animal House. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yeah, you're not kidding. And you go viral, exposing the pains of self checkout. Yeah, it would be great. I'm telling you, Zach. Maybe I'd have to do that because holy cow, you go and shop right, Louis Rodriguez. You nailed it. I mean, that's the most painful place to go. It is so torturing. It's like and my wife's like, "Can you just run in and grab something?" You're like, "Oh my god!" Like it's like a production, guys. It's literally like you get lucky if everything runs halfway smooth and like you can just get in and out and like you don't have like a whole lot of hiccups and you have to grab the person 20 times and all that. Like you're like excited, like you leave the place like, holy cow, that actually was like pretty easy for the checkout. Like never in your life before did you ever go grocery shopping growing up and ever be like, wow, that was easy checking out. Like that was a struggle to check out. You just threw your shit up on the thing and the people were like, dude, you talked to them for a few minutes. They checked you out. They told you how much you owed them. You handed them the cash. They threw it all in the register at one time. They handed you back your change and your receipt and you went on your merry way. And it was real easy. No, it's so not easy anymore. And you're like responsible for everything. And like I said, and then if you miss an item, they're right there to call the cops on you. You're like, well, then you do the job. I don't really care that much. So there you go, Zach. How great is that? And you've never heard of Pizza Inn either. And you don't have them out there in Minnesota. I don't know what states they're in. I've never heard of them either, but we'll look at Pizza Inn next time. Let's look. What was it the stock ticker or something? I don't even remember. No, what was the stock ticker for it? Does anyone even remember what Pizza Inn was? I don't even know how we got there, to be honest with you. How did we even get the Pizza Inn anyway? I have no idea. Well, is there a stock ticker for that thing? I have no idea. I completely forgot, to be completely honest with you. Oh, wait, no, it was Rave. That was what it was. I know what we were talking. Rave. The party one, Rave right here is exactly it. Right here. This one here. Let's see where they're at. Our brands, we already saw that. The company, I don't think they tell us. Contact. I have media and questions. Should I hit them up? We'll get them on the show. How about that? Investor relations. It's not telling us where they even have any restaurants at. Usually it'll like give you a map. I don't see anything. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Let's go back here and company info, financial info, because I feel like I made it somewhere else. SEC filings. They have like a separate site for their stock info or something. I've seen that on a different websites as well. You can see it takes you somewhere else because it's not the same heading up there. Yeah, I have no idea. They don't have a spot where you can even figure out where the heck they are. But I bet they have them in Texas because that's where they're from. So there you go. That's all I know. And I'm trying to see that they didn't say it in there. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I have no idea where Pizza Inns are. But Rave right there, Laptop Travel says should be all the Rave tomorrow or Friday. So keep an eye on that, obviously. And Schwab alerted you today that they'll be emailing tomorrow to affirm your offer for SpaceX. Look at that, Louis Rodriguez. You're going to be in there. And look at Arco as McDonald's in other countries, and they beat earnings. I remember you mentioning this one before, Michael Anthony, Arco. Arco's Dorados Holdings right there. And that does look pretty good. And this is like the McDonald's in other countries. Yeah, look at that. It's like McDonald's over there. That's definitely McDonald's in other countries, I'd say. So how about that, Michael Anthony? And it does look pretty good, I would say. And Zach said they claim to be the oldest dine-in pizza joint, which can make sense now. Yeah, I said the same thing because they started the same year as Pizza Hut. I was amazed. I was like, how the hell are they claiming this? If Pizza Hut is obviously like the very first dine-in one, they started the same year as them. They definitely have that claim as well. I'll give it to them. I just thought they were crazy saying that online, but Laptop Travel said they can back it up. They were founded the same year. So how cool is that, guys? And what did you say? It traded under something else. Yeah, it was under something else that filed bankruptcy, and then they changed the Rave, huh? So that used to be something else, that Pizza Inn. They filed for bankruptcy, and then Rave took them over to have a pizza party. Let's see if we can find it. Nope, we can't find it. It's all the way down there for Rave. And so yeah, I don't doubt it though. And so yeah, same year, same month, and Pizza in Dallas, Pizza Hut, Wichita. hold on. Pizza in Dallas and oh wait, Pizza Inn was in Dallas and Pizza Hut was in Wichita. Oh wow, that's interesting. So they were in Texas and they were in Wichita. Wow, that's interesting. Laptop travel. Thanks for the info, the history there on Pizza Hut and Pizza Inn, if anybody cared. And Zach did see that, and PZZI, and then it went to rave. So there you go. That's what it used to be, huh? See, Michael Anthony knows. It won't even click there. It had to have been so long ago, it won't even do it. And but yeah, because Yosh still goes over to VSTD. See, I could still type in Yosh. It'll still send me to VSTD, which is still, since they made that stock ticker change, the thing has never gone up. I mean, it was probably the craziest decision. We should make a cartoon about that boardroom. Like, yeah, we have a really cool stock ticker. It's called Yosh, YOSH. We're going to change it to VSTD because that sounds like a great idea for a restaurant. Like, who the hell was in on this? I would love to see this boardroom. I mean, that would have been insane. Let's look at this company, see what these board members look like. I mean, this is craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And the thing's just gone straight down ever since. I don't think that. Did we even look at it? I think we must have looked at it before. They did houses and stuff. I kind of remember looking at this stupid thing before. And we had to have. And yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on, but they're an investment company. AI driven real estate investment innovations is what they said. Formerly Yoshishiri Global. You're a way better calling it that than Vestas. I mean, Vestan's not bad, but you don't change the stock ticker to VSTD. It doesn't sound good at all. Let's put it that way. So that's hard to get investors to get involved. Like, yeah, I just got VSTD. And you did what? Like, what the hell are you talking about? And yeah, that's not exactly the best stock ticker letters right there, guys. So hey, what do I know? I'm an idiot, but that didn't seem like a good idea. It didn't work out so well. It went straight down since they did it. So, and we said it when it was going to happen. And I was like, what the hell are they doing? I was doing the skip back then. And so, yeah, how crazy is that? And Luis Rodriguez said he called the self-checkout area of the corral. What did you say? The corral. Remember when Pizza Hut used to do all the all-you-can-eat buffet? Oh, they were so good, Luis Rodriguez. And yeah, I used to hit them up. They were awesome. All you can eat. They would put out a couple pizzas and some salad and stuff, and it was really cheap too. And so yeah, good stuff right there. That's for sure. Better than the stock ticker for VSTD. That's for sure. I'll tell you that. But anyway, there you go. Some shopping talking, some pizza talk, and everything else, and all this market talk right here. And of course, like I was saying, SpaceX is on Friday, so we'll be up to date on that. And then we'll be seeing what this crazy market wants to do as we have some Iran conflict happening. Oil looks like it's going up. Who the hell knows what's going to be happening in the morning? But we'll be looking at it at 7 a.m. as we do our pre-market show, as we always do Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun to see what this market's going to do the day before SpaceX IPO and with an Iran conflict going on. And crypto is bouncing back to 62,000 right there. Look at that. Look at Bitcoin. I don't think it's going anywhere, to be honest with you. But it's trying to. Look at it trying to curl up there. I still don't think it gets through the MACD, to be completely honest. But we'll be looking at it tomorrow. Not in the middle of this conflict, but look at Ethereum. They all looked a little bit better there. Did Trump just say something about crypto or something like that? Because Bitcoin does look a little bit better since we've been on the show. For some odd reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but it does look a little bit better right there. So that is what's going on. And then, of course, you have some more data coming out tomorrow as well. Your PPI, core PPI is coming out, and then your initial jobless claims, and, of course, PPI and all that good stuff. PPI for food and energy. Geez, that must be, oh, man. Can you imagine looking at that? What that report looks like? Geez. That must be a failure right there. That's got a big F on it, I'd say. So, yeah, the food prices, inflation for energy and food are astronomical right now. So that's what you're looking at, and that's going to be in the calendar tomorrow for the economic calendar. So that's what to look at tomorrow. And I'll give you a quick rundown since we've been talking. ZSL, that's how you short silver right there. That's looking pretty good. Battalion's looking good. Laptop Travel told you to look at Rave. It's about to have a party, he said. So keep an eye on that. He's been on the money. CVX, not that one. I can't put CVX in, but Chevron right there looking pretty good. ExxonMobil setting up right there. Not looking too bad. Gush right here is looking decent as well, your oil and gas play. And then Michael Anthony's Tractor Supply not looking bad. And his Portillo's right here was running up, and that's still not looking too bad right there. So keep an eye on that as well. And what about FDP right there? That Del Monte curling up too. Look at that. We're going to look at that Avis right here. Has a weird look. Let's see if it can run again. Halliburton was looking pretty good as well. That's trying to get set up right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one. And of course, EONR and the rest of these BATL and some of these RBNE and these guys down here, these energy plays are starting to set up, if I can type it correctly, RBNE. There you go. That one was looking pretty good right there. And you did say YUMC would pop. That was that China holding one. And China's on fire right now, Michael Anthony. We were talking about your Pedvico right here might actually run up. That does look pretty good. And what about Rig? That's an oil and gas one. And that one looks like it could try to bounce right off of that trend line right there. So not looking bad. And the basketball game right here, the Spurs are up 76-49 the third quarter, 11:19 left in that quarter. And so you can go enjoy the second half of game 3 right here, or game 4. It's 2-1. The series is 2-1. This is game 4. The Knicks are up 2-1, but the Spurs are trying to tie it up here in New York. So we'll see what happens. Knicks throwing a ball around and threw a 3-ball down right there. So now it's 76-52 with 11 minutes left in the third quarter right there. And that's what the market looks like. And that's what's going on in our NBA playoff game or finals games right here. So that's what's happening all around crypto and everything else. Futures look like. And you got it all right there. And even some shopping talk and everything else, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Luis Rodriguez and Michael Anthony, thanks for hanging out. And, of course, Zach and everybody else that was tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. My right-hand man, Laptop Travel, of course, and Janica and Doge Mom and 9. They're always hanging out as well. And who else? Oh, man, I probably just knocked out the sound right there. If I hit this mic, no, it still works. Look at that. How great is that? It didn't even go down. But I realized today, actually, that CFS and Sagasi Legal Ocean Sailing is the same person. And I didn't even put that together until I realized that I was talking to him today. And I was like, wait a second. That's the same person. I had no idea until I saw the Twitter handle and put it all together right there. I was like, wait a minute. I had no clue that was the same one. So there you go. How about that? And you've been listening forever, CFS. And so when I say CFS or Sagasi Legal Ocean Sailing, I have to call you Sagasi Legal Ocean Sailing. That's a way cooler name, honestly. So yeah, greatly appreciate it because you've been tuning in forever as well, like Valerie Welch, and always like everything. So I always appreciate that. I see you guys. And, I appreciate everybody hanging out. That's, of course, like Lewis in Utah and Jim Boss Cow and Low Country Profits and Loading Capital and Progressive G and all you guys. Larry hangs out in the morning. Izzy always hangs out as well. So, yeah, I always like to say hello to everybody. So if you're new or just tuning in, feel free to hop in there and say hello. I know we had a couple new people that had tuned in as well in the last few days. And I know I wrote your names down and I just forget where I put them, but I know they're around here somewhere. But again, I greatly appreciate it, Janica. You know that. So be sure to like the show, follow along and subscribe and all that good stuff. Let people know about what we do here. We just have a good time learning about the market. I try to teach you guys some stock charts and how to read them. And really about trading and the mindset of it and kind of staying positive in any market condition. As you can see, you can always play the market. It just depends on which way it's going, but you got to just be confident with what you're looking at and really just have a game plan. And that's what we kind of do every day. Well, not kind of. That's exactly what we do every day on the show. We do it at night and then we follow it up in the morning at 7 a.m. So we know exactly what's going on in the market. We always know the conditions. And you guys know, we call out the charts pretty well. We said that we were going to war last week. That happened. and everything else that goes down. So, and then if you follow along in the Discord, we do a lot of live trading in there, and I've been nailing the indices pretty well. And again, this is like the perfect time to do it, to be honest with you. It's a beautiful time to play the indices. I mean, when you have big red candles like that, they pay out really well, especially some zero DTE. So there you go with our stock market review tonight. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and be sure to tune in at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning on our day before our SpaceX IPO. That will be a rave, I think, laptop travel. Is that why Rave wants to run? Because SpaceX IPO is coming out, and the rave is going to start tomorrow. So we'll see if SpaceX or space stocks can actually get turned around and start moving tomorrow, or if they're just going to dip down and it's all going into SpaceX. We'll see tomorrow because it's the day before. So we'll have an idea, especially with SATs and DXYZ. And then we'll look at the rest of the market and see that silver and gold are still going down and everything else. Oil's going up. We'll check that stuff out in the morning and see what direction the market's going and what obviously the best opportunities are going to be. And you post a pic of the buffet in the X feed, huh? Let me see. What did you have? Oh, there you. Oh, look at that. Here's your Pizza Hut buffet, guys. I'll repost it. Yeah, they were so good back in the day. Luis Rodriguez, we'd get all blazed up and go to them. They were the greatest Pizza Hut buffet. So there you go, everybody. I'll leave you with that, and you guys go enjoy the rest of this third quarter and the rest of this game. 81-52. The Spurs are up. 9:27 left in the third quarter, and the referees are trying to figure something out. They're having a really in-depth conversation here. They were just looking at a replay, and now they're trying to figure out this play and what's going on. I don't know what happened, but it seems interesting. So there you are, everybody. I will see you guys in the morning. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy this game, and I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Have a good night, everybody.